Couch Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Hello, Couch Co-opers, Couch Potatoes, and Couch Codependents. This is the Couch Co-op Show. I'm Ian, and I got Jared, Dave, and Nick with me here on the couch tonight. Woo!
Hello.
Hopefully Aaron will join us, as he usually does. But yeah, here we are. Another podcast. Second one of the 2025 season. On the eve of Inauguration Day. Talking about video
Yay.
games freely before our civil liberties are taken from us. And we're never allowed to do this ever again. Anyway. How's everybody doing?
Good. It's been a
Good.
pretty chill weekend overall. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty quiet.
Quiet. I mean, we were pretty loud last night, Nick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got up to
It's been busy, but still pretty easy going overall. That's
guys
all right.
Get a lot of video games. See, there he is, right? Just
There's Aaron,
under the
right on
wire.
cue. Yeah.
And above it and around it. Inside of it.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's like his ears start burning. Anyway. Yeah,
Or he's been working on his setup for the last 10 minutes
maybe.
and making sure his headset works.
How you
Yeah.
doing, Aaron?
Hey.
What's
Oh.
happening there?
A little delayed.
Hold on.
No, you're good.
Good to see you, Aaron.
Maybe he can't hear us.
I don't know.
Hold on. I can for the phone.
Oh, there we go. There you go.
Well, I don't know. Anyway, we could
Yeah.
hear him. Oh, there.
Yeah.
Right there.
There he is.
Alright.
So yeah, video games, guys. We're gonna talk about video games and nothing, no crazy topics, just a old-fashioned shoot the shit episode. Jared didn't want to work tonight, so actually I should have said, in this day in gaming history, Jared didn't want to do jack shit.
Yeah.
But I think Dave has something for us.
Luckily, Dave looked it up.
It's on fire.
January must be a really quiet month. The main one I found, it's not so much games, but the Apple Lisa was released in 1983 on this day.
Hmm.
The big failure. In 1983 prices, it was $10,000.
Dang.
So you can imagine what, I don't even know what that corresponds to today, but it's a pretty spendy computer.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Yeah.
Pretty big failure, I
Hold
think,
on.
for
I gotta
Apple.
find my phone.
I believe they ended up burying a load of them in landfills, didn't they?
Jeez.
I have no
At the
idea.
end of it. There's a good documentary on it on, I think, YouTube. Anyway, on the video game front, I went to my usual source, and usually it's just game after game. But once you start getting out of the Japan releases, there really isn't much that stood out to me. I mean, the Resident Evil Origins collection on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, that was 9 years ago in 2016. Kirby Battle Royale on the 3DS,
Ooh.
7 years ago in 2018. Is the 3DS even still a thing, or did the Switch kill that?
The Switch killed it.
I figured as much. Japan Wipeout 2048 in 2012 on the PlayStation Vita. And then, you go back beyond that, and I mean, this one made me laugh. Madden NFL 2006 on Palm OS Classic.
Oh, yeah. Palm
in,
OS.
2005. I mean, that's how like much they were digging to get something on the list of the January
Okay.
19th. So really a pretty quiet day. I look, usually I look through the list and I'm like, oh, I remember seeing that game, or that's a game I remember playing, but nothing. I don't think there was anything on the list that I've actually played. So
Fun. Well, thank you,
Yeah.
Dave,
Fun.
for
Thanks, Dave.
for doing Jared's job. Nick, do you have a beers? We have some battlings this evening, or no? What do we got?
We do. This is a little freebie edition.
Oh.
So
Ooh.
I've got some Shiner Bock
Oh.
going up against a bottle of Sam Adams Oktoberfest from this year.
Oh, you mean last
as
year?
we-
Crack open my Shiner
Well,
after
yeah,
I'm done with
right.
this fine Rainier beer.
It's
would
the
love
most
it.
recent.
I would be awesome if you like stepped out of like a time machine. It's like, oh, I got it early.
Mm. Jared, how many of those did you wind up with? Just 2?
2
You got 2 of them?
of the Shiners, yeah,
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah,
so.
Just make sure you save one for reasons.
Yeah, it's there.
Yes, I have 2 as well.
Okay. Well, you have 2 things to save.
I
it
know,
for,
I do.
I don't.
Hey,
But we'll start with the Shiner.
Oh, it's
look at that's a nice
yeah,
color.
It's dark.
the dark one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's Shiner Bock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
well that makes
it's-
sense then.
I
It's,
just don't remember a Bach very well, so it's been a while since I've seen him poured out of a glass. And poured into a glass.
Well, we'll let Nick drink that down. See if he enjoys it. Well, Dave, then did you also do your homework? Do you have a demo for us?
yeah, actually, I played a little isometric kind of adventure turn-based battle game. I don't know what drew me to it. It's called, and it's not something. I'm gonna massacre the name of it. It's called the Thaumaturge or Thaumatage.
Yeah, Thaumaturge.
Is it
Thaumaturge.
Thaumaturge?
It's like a magician kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and you're this kind of like guy in Russia in 1905, and you're investigating the death of your father, and you can kind of see ghosts, and you meet Rasputin pretty early on, and it has like this turn-based battle system, and you can get the ghosts on your side to kind of help you and
Huh.
upgrade. It's definitely something I could see Jared enjoying. And to be quite honest, it's $35, so I probably wouldn't buy it just because of the price. But the game itself, if it was one of the games of the month, I probably would have continued playing it, because the story was pretty good and the game mechanic was fun, and it just seemed pretty good. I mean, it only came out December 4th last year, so
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's-
I've heard good things about it.
What
It's
price would
pretty-
you buy it at?
15, 20.
Or library price.
Oh yeah, I definitely hit it from the library.
Does it even have a
Um,
physical release?
I
Probably
didn't
not.
check before.
Mm.
I don't think so. But yeah, it had like, it was kind of a fun adventure game with, the fighting mechanic kind of wasn't too involved, but it was it broke it up quite nicely, the adventure in, and and like the big thing is you have this like perception. So you press R2 and it's like how you find things in the world, but also it like guides you to where the next thing is, or the next piece of the mission. And you can have like multiple missions that you're doing, and it'll go kind of guide you towards them. But yeah, definitely. And as you get the ghosts as well, the salutors, I think they were called. They give you like skills where you can manipulate people in the world and get them to kind of do what you want or give you information.
That's
So-
cool.
It just seemed like it had like a nice like set of gameplay mechanics, and then everything was voice acted as well, which was pretty nice, So
Cool. So it's a
Right?
borderline buy, but definitely try.
yes, yeah, definitely. There's nothing about it that was like I'm like, this is a good game. you know, not that I should be surprised that some of the games I play are actually good, but you know, I was like, this is a solid game that I could imagine. You know, when you're younger and you've got time to play all the games, it'd be like
Yeah.
fun.
No doubt. Yeah. Good. I
Cool.
mean, it's fun that you do these demos because you try a lot of different games that you would absolutely never just like buy.
Yeah, this was a good one. I mean, I'd looked at the reviews. It's 4.5 on Steam. So I mean,
Okay, so it's on your wish list.
yeah, something I'll probably put
Okay.
on. I'm not sure how long it is to beat or anything like that, but
How long was the demo?
at least a good hour. I wasn't really paying attention to.
Mm.
That was another thing, that it got on the good side. It was like I wasn't really paying attention to the clock. Sometimes when I play these demos, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for this demo to be over.
Right.
This was
Makes
not one of
sense.
those games.
Cool. Awesome. All right. And that's Thermitage. What?
Thaumaturge.
Thaumaturge?
Thaumaturge.
THAUM.
But that's just the name. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Thaumaturge.
That's a class in Final Fantasy
You-
14.
My
I think
favorite.
I think the other thing is that's something that
Actually,
will
Black Mage has that
hurt
one.
the game is like being able to say it and spell it.
But it's like a
Yeah.
monk class in Final Fantasy. You like punch and shit. It's not
Huh.
a magician class.
Well, Thaumaturge is like a blend of
Yeah,
maybe
I mean
the
he does
monk and the black mage.
he does
I
some
think
fighting.
it was like-
fighting.
I thought it was Archer and Black and Thaumaturge that became the mage. I can't remember. I was the Black Mage. I went that way in 14.
Yeah, but magic is
Sorry,
involved.
Thaumaturge. Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Cool. All right. We're just gonna do some our stuff. So I figured first of all we'll go around and see if anyone beat anything. I mean, and it's been a long time since we've done the beat list, so feel free to dive into the annals of your gaming backlog. But Jared, have you beat anything?
I'll just rattle off the 3 I've beat this month so far. Quake,
Overachiever.
Deliver Us the Moon, and
Right.
Cult of the Lamb. If you guys haven't heard me talk about any of those.
I don't think we've talked about any of it, really. We kind of talked
Yeah.
about Quake, I guess. Cult of
Yeah.
Lamb, you and I talked about, but that wasn't on the episode
Yeah, that
because
wasn't on
Jared
the
didn't want to record
podcast.
last week, so we didn't record. So we
Yeah,
talked. We
that-
talked about
Yeah.
all this video game stuff. Jared,
Yeah, it's
Aaron,
fun.
and
That's
I,
right. We were just hanging out.
but
Yeah.
we didn't. We
Yeah.
didn't talk about it. So Cult of the Lamb was was Jared's challenge, and I figured it was like only supposed to be like a 15-hour gameplay thing, because that's how long
Yeah.
it takes to beat it.
Yeah.
Dude put like 40, 50 hours into it.
Yeah, I put a lot of time into the game. I was super hooked. And it was also convenient that I got a PlayStation Portal for my birthday, so I was playing a lot of it on the Portal.
Oh.
And just playing it whenever I could, because it was just a ton of fun. Of course, the art style's really well done. Just kind of like a cutesy animal design for all the characters in the game, all different designs. You can bring them into your cult and order them around, to do farming or, pray for you so you can do upgrades and, different things like that.
It's kind of
And-
part Animal Farm or Animal Crossing, part like Hades, right? Basically.
Yeah,
That's
kinda
how
like-
you would-
Kind of like a cozy game with, action battle,
right.
like roguelike kind of stuff. So it's a ton of fun that way. There's
Really cheeky and funny though, with the way you,
Oh,
you
yeah,
control
yeah.
your flock and do all these kind
well,
of
and it is super adorable, but I mean, you're also making sacrifices
Right.
to the god that you're working under and
or
things
Satan
like that. So it's
basically.
a lot of dark undertones, and it's so good. I would absolutely recommend anybody try that one. It's a really tight game. But as Ian said, like how long to beat says it's like 15 hours. It probably could have beat it in around that time if I just went through the levels and beat the bosses and whatever. But I was just having so much fun building up the community and building up the upgrade trees and all that stuff. And
You're enjoying being the cult leader.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Now I need to make my own.
Cult of the Couch,
No.
baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Funny. But yeah, super good game.
Uh,
I liked it way more than I expected. It was on my wish list already, and then just last month I upgraded to PlayStation Extra, and then I saw I could upgrade to the Plus tier, the highest tier
Premium.
on PlayStation Plus for only like a few, like $12 more or something like that, and Cult of the Lamb would have cost me $15 anyways. So I just subscribed to that for the rest of my subscription, and I've gotten a lot of use out of that so far. And Cult of the Lamb was one of the first ones on it.
cool.
Nice.
We'll circle back on Deliver Us the Moon because
Yeah.
I beat that, and also I can talk about the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to talk about Quake? Like I know you haven't. I think we talked about that after, or not during the show, but
Yeah, it's fine. I don't think it's aged very well, even though that this was the remaster. It looks all pretty and stuff, but the monsters
it
and
is in 4K.
whatever.
It is in 4K.
Yeah, but I don't know, the enemy design and stuff like that. It's just super cheap. And I don't know. I didn't like the enemy design.
No.
It just everything just seemed like a cheap hit.
Hmm.
Like I don't know. I felt like in Doom, like before all the Quake stuff, Doom, you could actually dodge stuff, and in this, some things just seem like you can't dodge them, or I don't know, just some of the enemies jump so fast at you that there's no way to even move out of the way. Even if you're already strafing, they're still gonna hit you.
I will say I
But,
think
mean,
Quake 2 is way better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll maybe play it someday, but yeah, I wanted to play through Quake, and it's a relic of its time. It looks nice
Yeah.
and all that, but it's okay. The level design's pretty good, so I enjoyed that a lot of that part of it. But yeah,
Does the remake still have the Nine Inch Nails music?
yes, and that's fantastic. I wore
Nice.
headphones most of that and had the music up. Yeah, it's really good.
Something
All
cool.
that-
Something cool about that too. Like when that game came out, when I don't think it was when it came out. I think it was when the PS5 upgrade came out. Yusef and I got together and we were playing each other online, and then because he was doing it for a stream, and then somehow we got into a big Quake his stream. So we're streaming, he's streaming while we're playing, and we get into his games, and then I don't know how Yusef finds out. I don't know. Somehow we're doing a bunch of rounds with this guy, and he's really good. I mean, he's just killing us constantly. It's just like, it's not even fun, but it's kind of fun because we're in his stream and he's talking shit about us. So I just remember that about Quake, the remaster.
yeah.
And that's the last time
You
I
w-
played it.
You
Yeah,
were
I
the new.
bet. I mean, I had some fun playing like Quake 3 Arena and things like that, but like I never went through the main line like story ones. Only like Quake 3 Arena is the only one I spent a little time with.
Cool.
But yeah, it's okay.
How about you, Dave? What have you beaten?
Rage 2.
Yes.
Yeah,
so I-
cool.
Nice.
I got a disc copy of it. That game is mixed.
Oh, you
It's-
mixed it. You didn't like it.
Well, no, it's got some. The gunplay is really fun, and the kill everyone is really satisfying. But when you first play it, it makes you go through tutorials for every last little thing, and
Mm.
like when you pick up every power, there's a tutorial, and
I
then there's
hate
a
that shit.
tutorial when you do this, and the tutorial
Oh,
when you do
jeez.
that, and it kind of interrupts the story, and also the story isn't very. The story's kind of shit.
Well, I don't think the story is great, but I thought the powers and the shooting were a lot of fun. I don't remember
Yes,
the tutorial being an issue. I don't know. I don't
I
remember
just
that at
remember
all.
it seemed like there were a lot of tutorials at first, and I was like, "This is really generic."
Hmm.
And then once you get into it, yeah, the powers are really what makes it, and being able to like dodge and shift, and the big monsters are kind of fun, but they're kind of annoying at first because you don't have quite the powers you need to get them. So, but it's all in all, I quite enjoyed it.
See, I knew it would.
But it reminded me a bit of oh gosh, what's the one on Red Faction?
Hmm?
You know, the open world Red Faction. It was that kind of feeling like where you're driving around because it's quite it's quite an empty world, and then there's things at the side of the road. And I think the best part of it to me was that, you know, there's three people that you're trying to please, and each one requires you to do different types of missions to please them. Like, but it's not complicated because they color coded it, so it's like, you know, that kind of mission is going to get you points with that guy. So
Did any of us play the original Rage?
Yeah, I did.
I think it was a free one, I thought, wasn't it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sounds
I was
familiar.
a little interested in it, but I don't know. That series, I just haven't
It didn't get
had
me.
the urge to really pick it up.
I
I
suppose
didn't rage for it.
Rage, the first Rage is kind of meh. I guess, I mean, I bought Rage 2 for super cheap. It was like I don't think I got it for 10. It was probably like 2015, 1999 or
Yeah.
something. I got it on disc. But I was like, I just like thought it was a lot of fun. It's made by Avalanche, the guys that do Just Cause. And then it's supported by id, you know,
Yeah.
so that's all the gunplay
Yeah.
first person is Doom id Tech stuff. So I just thought it was a lot of fun to drive around, jump out of your thing, and shoot the guys. And I couldn't honestly tell you what the fucking story was about,
neither could
but
I.
I love the pink neon,
Sound
violent everything going on. I just thought that was a lot of fun. Could have been a package better, sure, probably. But I think for like a bargain game, like even you get it
Yeah.
on sale, I think it's a lot of fun. I don't know.
I think you bring up a point though. You know, that I didn't really think about. For a sequel, it was like all the tutorials kind of stuff that broke up the story at the start was just seemed kind of strange.
Well,
you know?
the sequel has really nothing to do with the first one. It's like, and they're
Yeah.
totally different games. I mean, they're the same game, but they're like kind of different.
So if I play the game, I should turn off tutorials if that's an option.
I don't think there is. I don't, think
even
there is. An
I honestly
option.
don't remember this
Yeah,
tutorial
okay.
issue.
Interesting.
It just felt like the first hour or two of playing it, it was like, this is a really generic game, like every other open world game, and it's even worse because of the kind of tutorial aspect, and it's introducing you to the game mechanics, but it doesn't do it in a very you know, kind of subtle way, or let you discover it. You know, it kind of forces you to do these exercises in a test chamber, and they're not particularly fun.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
And you didn't beat anything else? No, that's
No, that's about all I've played. I was ill for a week, so I kind of didn't play much in the way of video games. I just lay in bed.
cool. Nick or Aaron, did you guys beat anything?
No, I have
No.
not. I'm
The meat,
Mm-hmm.
new.
Just the meat.
each other's meat.
My.
Oh God. All right.
Boring.
So,
I know.
I know.
So, I guess I haven't talked about this since last. It's been a while since we've done a beat list. So I did.
Yeah.
One of the games that Jared also mentioned, I also beat Deliver Us the Moon. And I recommended Jared play it because it's only like a 5-hour game. It's super easy to get through, and it's kind of a space adventure game with some puzzle solving. You're trying to figure out this mystery. I don't know, what would you say? Kind of like a Telltale game, but
It
kind of more
reminded me of
adventure-y.
that game Tacoma.
Sure.
That's like you're on a spaceship kind of a thing, and you're figuring out what happened.
They're like Firewatch, though, right?
yeah.
Like one of those
Yeah.
type of games.
So you
Yeah.
come in after the event and you kind of piece.
Well,
it
there's an
together.
actual, you're coming in after an event, but there's also an event happening to you because there's like a lot.
Yeah.
It's just some action stuff, and you're flying through space, and
But the main thing, Tacoma, it has like segments where you're watching video logs of like the characters moving through
Right.
an environment.
and this you do
this
it with holograms.
Yeah, it's holograms, but it doesn't have the same like scrub and like move the video
Right.
back and
You
forth
just
to
watch
find.
it.
Yeah, but you just watch it, and it's an interesting story. I thought I enjoyed the conversations, and the graphics are pretty well done. It's I don't think it was like definitely not a high budget
No,
game
no,
or
no.
anything
It's
like
a
that.
Very indie, low budget. But
This is another one that was on the PlayStation Premium tier.
right. So I got
also
it.
this.
I got it to play it. Well, actually, the reason I played it is like because I actually had seen the trailer for Deliver Us Mars, and it's like, oh, okay, I'll play that. I've seen trailers. I want to check this out. And then reading about it, it's the sequel to Deliver Us the Moon. So it's like, well, then I guess maybe I should play that one first. So then I downloaded that one. I played that one, enjoyed it. You know, fun little puzzles and some adventure-y stuff, and then beat it and recommended Jared play it. And then
I just like that there's no fighting and stuff like that. There's environmental danger,
Right.
but you're not shooting stuff. It's
It's always nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Space always seems
refreshing.
to have violence in it.
I mean, you don't really violence, but there's like
You know.
some occasionally there's some
Something
robot
involving
stuff.
sexual torture a
No,
little
there's
bit.
None of that. None of that. Anyway,
I'm not playing then.
so yeah, right. So then I also downloaded Deliver Us the Moon, and that's the sequel. And then
Deliver
I
Us
can't
Mars.
or Deliver Us Mars, and I can't really. It's interesting because that is really a direct sequel of the events of Deliver Us the Moon, but it does go. Whereas Deliver Us the Moon is kind of like a no-name hero character that's you're trying to figure out stuff. This one's way more kind of doing the Last of Us. You're experiencing this. You have your character is a character, and you're interacting with people, and still the same type of game, but there's more of a drama thing going on versus a mystery. So a little longer, and then they add, in the new Tomb Raider, where she has the pickaxes and you jump and there's the
Yeah.
craggy rock.
Yeah,
There's a
like-
lot of
Okay.
this kind of platforming adventure stuff you have to do. So they added this whole element into it. And there's a lot more longer cutscenes. So it is a longer game of about, I don't know. If the first one was like 5 hours, it's probably like 8 to 10 somewhere. I don't know. I would say Deliver Us the Moon is the one I would recommend fully. If you really want to know, then I would do Deliver Us Mars. Not that I hated Deliver Us Mars, but like you definitely see how it's a poor, like the facial animations are pretty rough. You don't really get a lot of facial animations in the first one at all because you're in a spacesuit, you're first person, and you don't really interact with people, just holograms. This one, there's a bunch of people and your character, and the textures and stuff are pretty bad. It's pretty. It's like ooh,
Of course they are.
rough.
Yeah,
rough.
around
But the
the
game
edges.
is still pretty good and pretty fun, and I enjoyed it. So, let's Deliver Us Mars. So I beat that, and it leaves it as a cliffhanger. I don't know if they'll ever make a third one. But
Deliver Us Venus or something.
well, not exactly. I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to
that might
spoil
help
it.
out.
But if for anyone who plays it, but or I can spoil it. It's up to you guys. But
Yeah, I probably won't play Deliver Us Mars.
do you guys care?
No.
We're not going to play
I
it.
do.
Okay. What? Nick wants me not to?
What?
You want me to not spoil it? Well,
Oh, I
as
don't
we're
care. I thought you were asking if we cared about the game itself.
no,
But
as we're flying home from Mars, perhaps Earth is not there anymore. So
no.
we can't really deliver.
But Deliver Us Earth.
We
is the
can't
next
really
one.
deliver us Mars because
can't be the
Mars might be
sequel.
dead, or Earth might be
Uh,
dead. Anyway,
Yeah. Always
dun dun
fun.
dun.
Oh,
Did I do
boy.
anything else? Oh, I did beat, and then I beat Tekken 8. So yeah, and then I
Ooh,
got
nice.
old man disease because my thumb
Yeah,
is
your
Oh, man.
poor
my
joints.
arthritis is
Oh,
kicking
Poor
in.
thumbs.
It's not even my pad. It's
Congratulations.
actually the joint in my thumb right here.
Oh,
From-
man.
It's not the pads. My pads are fine, but yeah, it's repetitive beating is wearing down on my joints. But Tekken 8 is fucking balls out crazy. Like I didn't really care for Tekken 7 very much, but I really like Tekken 8, like the mechanics and how it works, and the systems in it, and the story is just fucking crazy. It's just off the wall, nuts. I can't even
Awesome.
comprehend.
It would-
Like the final boss battle, you fight the same final boss like 20 times in that last like march to the end. It is wild.
It almost makes me want to watch like the story evolution from Tekken 1 to Tekken.
So they have that in the game. You
Oh,
can kind
that's
of
pretty
like,
awesome.
but it's not. The story technically doesn't really start till Tekken 3.
Yeah, true.
So, but yeah, they have a whole recap from Tekken 3 onward. It's
Oh my goodness.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
They're all
to
like
watch.
people's dads and mums and kids.
And then it's
uncles.
great because in the game when there's flashbacks, they'll flash back to like Tekken 3 or Tekken 4, like scenes from those games.
Oh, does it go like
Nice.
low res polygons?
It goes
as
straight
well,
up
or-
low res. It goes straight back to those
Oh,
cutscenes,
cool.
and
That's
That's actually
awesome.
cool.
it's fucking wild.
I love that. Yeah, that's great.
It's hilarious. I mean, they
Just have to go where they come
embrace all of it. It's so fun.
They embrace their history.
And but the game is a lot of fun to play. Even after I beat it, I've been playing the arcade mode quite a bit, but I had to like take a break, let my thumb recuperate. But I really enjoy the game, man. I like really dig it. So yeah, Tekken 8, super cool.
Great.
And I think that's the beat lists. So what you guys just been? What you been playing? Anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing a few things. I'm almost done. I'm on like the last couple areas in Doom 3.
Oh, and Jared, just in case,
You're
don't
giving
talk
that
any
going?
don't talk any bucket stuff. That's its own segment now called the bucket list.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but Doom 3, as I've gotten farther into Doom 3, I've been enjoying it more. The beginning it was just tight corridors and not really doomy, but now I've been going to like Hell and Mars and whatever, all that stuff, doomy stuff. And it's kind of cool to see some of the like they have historic tablets of like the Doom Slayer and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, the Doom Slayer is in the lore. So that's nice to know that it's not just like forgotten about, or maybe it's the beginning of the Doom Slayer. Because I don't know if Doom Guy was ever known as Doom Slayer until like the more recent ones.
I don't think so. I
Yeah,
do
so
remember Doom Slayer is
Yeah.
the new ones.
So it's cool to see like that. I can like one of the tablets you see in the game. It's like the box art of Doom 1, pretty much. The dude standing above all the demons,
Mhm.
but they kind of alter it with whatever's going on in the story of Doom 3. So I thought it was kind of cool. So I'm enjoying that. I've been playing tons of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I'm loving that a lot. So I try and play
Nice.
that whenever the hell I can. And I've been playing a lot of the Plucky Squire, and I'm enjoying that a lot.
I know Jason's
So-
been playing that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But it's good. I'm enjoying it. The writing's fun. The gameplay's fun. There's one segment that was kind of obnoxious when you have to deal with a bow and arrow, kind of a thing. Maybe just a few hours into the game, I just got kind of frustrated with that. But I got through it. But I mean, you get to keep retrying, so it's not like game destroying for me. It just, oh, this is annoying. Oh, good, it's over.
A lot of mechanics they kind of like bring in as like a kind of like a boss type thing, and then it's done,
Yeah.
and then it goes on to something new. Like in the very beginning, it has this thing where you do Mike Tyson's Punch Out, basically.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun, and then you'll
The-
never see
the-
it again.
The honey badger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun. Yeah. The boss fights are all like different game types, and this B one was the most annoying one, the bug one. So maybe you'll get there, Ian.
I don't know if I'm gonna play it again.
Yeah. But I just hope that was the worst one. So far, that's my least favorite one.
I mean, I enjoyed it. It's very cute. I like what
Yeah.
they were doing, but I was just like, I'm gonna tap out.
Yeah, that's the one I play when my kids are up and
Sure.
stomping around the house. Dragon Age sometimes depends on if they're out in the living room. I'll play it if they're just hanging out in the rooms or whatever.
Cool.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right.
Other than some bucket list stuff.
How about you, Dave?
Yes.
You up to anything?
I played a been playing some Rocket League, working my way through the trophies. I've got, one of them is
Like this is like the new season trophies.
yeah, win the 5 games without the other team scoring.
Oh,
I've got 4
Nice.
so far.
Oh,
All
That's,
right.
So
that's always the one I have trouble with because it's kind of more. Generally, it's because you score like 3 goals in the first like 10 seconds and then they quit.
oh, so it
It's how
doesn't
you
count
win.
if they quit?
No, it counts.
Oh, okay,
And
oh.
that's generally how
Oh, I
you
see, I
get
see,
the
I see.
Oh,
those
okay.
trophies. But
yeah, it sounds really hard.
Yeah.
to
Other
Keep
than
it up,
that-
Dave. You got this.
I went to the retro computing club I'm in, and someone had the Commodore 64 there with a 4-player joystick adapter, so you could play
Nice.
4 players. And they had a Bomberman version
Yes.
called Bomb Mania, and
That's awesome.
they were trash talking me, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Nope, 10 games. Next nearest person was 4. The other 2 had 1 and 2. It's
Yeah.
like,
Eat it.
Suck it.
eat it. It had this
Wait,
cool
that-
level where it's like lightning flashes, and so when the lightning flashed, you could see where the bombs were, but when it didn't flash, you couldn't see where you dropped your
Yeah.
bombs or where they were, so you'd walk
Oh,
into it.
jeez.
And then I played this other game that was called Space Lords, and it was this weird kind of bat and ball game. And so it's kind of a cross between Arkanoid and Yar's Revenge. So in each corner of the screen, there's 4 of you. In each corner of the screen, you've got like this little alien-looking thing. And then it's got a wall protecting it in kind of a semicircle around it. And then your bat goes round that semicircle, and there's a ball that bounces round the middle. And so you bounce it back at your opponents, and it knocks out their wall if they miss it. And as time goes on, more balls appear, so it gets crazier.
Oh yeah.
And it was
Fun.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds
Um,
fun. It makes me
oh.
kind of think of like some weird air hockey corners. air
Yeah, it
hockey.
was one of those games that's like, man, I could imagine myself if this was like on the Nintendo or on one of my computers back in the day.
Mhm.
This is one of those games that as a kid, you and 3 of your friends would spend hours just like playing and griefing each other. One of those
Yeah.
games really simple to play, but there's a lot of like replayability. So that's about it. I mean, I haven't touched any of them yet, but I've got like Suicide Squad on there. I'm thinking I might go back into Helldivers a little. I saw Ian's invitation last night, but
Mm.
I was knackered, so I went to bed instead. But
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
Jason's been playing it, but I'm never playing when he's on. So
I've played it a little bit since in the
Yeah.
last month, like
okay.
only a match or 2 here and there. Kind of, it's not because I'm not enjoying it, or I don't enjoy it when I play it. I just seem to have been busy for the last month or 2.
Yeah.
Haven't we all?
Yeah.
Christmas and holidays and yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
Well, being away as well, obviously
Right.
when you go away, you don't
Yeah.
take your PlayStation with you, so it's kind of hard to play all the PlayStation games.
100%.
Right.
Well, Nick, I just saw you pour the second beer. What did you think of the first one?
No, actually, that was my 3rd beer. I just poured.
Oh my God,
Oh,
he's already
man.
like, oh my God, Jesus, he's just
He's-
I was
he's
gonna say,
going
it looked
through
like a
them.
different one than the other 2.
I guess we've been talking too much, and he's just just pounding them down.
Yep.
Well, you already got a winner then.
Yes, I do.
Well, then tell us what you thought of each beer, and then give us your verdict before we move on here.
Well, I haven't had Shiner in a while, up until I got this little freebie case. So it was
Hey,
just
Phoebe Friday, right?
yeah. Sorry, it was
So you can't beat the price.
Nope.
No doubt.
Right. Well, I mean, both of these. I mean, actually, both of these beers came in the same pack because it wasn't like a complete full case. It was just mostly Shiner, and then a couple other random bottles were
Oh.
thrown in. But no, it's I mean, it's nice and I mean, it's not like a typical Bach in the sense that it's only 4.4%.
Is it
Um,
so? Would that be like a single Bach and like a double Bach or doppel? What is the
And
aren't they-
Doppelbach.
Doppelbach?
Yeah,
Doppelbock.
Doppelbach. Gosh, I haven't had one of those in quite some time.
But are those similar beers? Are they
same.
not? Are they totally different beers? Like I'm not even sure. Like if they're
No.
in the same category.
I mean,
Well, it'd be like
yeah.
like the Bach version of a double IPA.
Because an amber is an amber Bach, right? Michelob's amber Bach. Is that what this is?
Hmm.
Technically, or
No, I mean it's so just
The
to
Amber
pull up a
Bach
quick.
has a little more bitterness to it.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, so I just pulled up just like a quick definition of a Bach. It's a rich and malty with toasty aroma and sometimes has a chocolate or fruity I mean, I didn't really get any of that with the Shiner, but it can have noticeable alcohol strength and little to no hops, which definitely you don't really taste a whole lot of hops in that one. But yeah, you look down at Doppelbock, it's a stronger, maltier version of
A Bach. All right.
Yeah.
They don't have a Lager Bach and a Pilsner Bach.
Um,
I just.
Huh.
I don't know.
Because they have Amber
that's
Bach.
a deeper dive.
I'm curious if an amber
I mean,
Bach is really just a Bach. They're just putting amber in front of it. Because I know me.
Yeah,
I'm like a fucking like.
Yeah.
Are you just naming your beer shit because? Just because? Like it's just like branding bullshit.
Probably.
Because like it's like the
Most
whole like
likely.
double IPA versus double hopped IPA. Like
Oh yeah.
That's because they're two different processes. Double dry hopping is different to double IPA.
Yeah.
okay, but is it still a double IPA after it's double dry hopped?
Not necessarily.
So it'd still be it would still be a single IPA,
You can double dry hop
a single
a
IPA.
regular IPA, and you can double dry hop a double or a triple IPA.
hmm
All right. Can you double fresh hop an IPA?
Yeah.
So you could have a double fresh hop double IPA.
Yeah.
Okay, how about a double cry hopped IPA?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, but what is the difference in those processes, I guess, is my curiosity. Like, what makes doubling it on the front end versus the back end? Oh,
An IPA, you could obviously the double in front of the IPA relates to the alcohol content roughly.
okay.
So, and an IPA you don't need to dry hop. You could put all your hops in when you're brewing the beer. Dry hopping is when you put them in after the fermentation or during the fermentation, so you add more hops at that point.
Is that just for flavor then?
Yeah, basically, you tend to get more aromas out of it, and it obviously when you boil a beer and you put hops in, as you boil it, you put hops in at the start for bitterness. You put hops in the middle for like flavor in the mouth, and then you put hops in at the end for the aroma because the aroma bit boils off pretty quick. So when you dry hop it, which is when you put them in while it's fermenting or after it's fermenting, and the double dry hop is if you do it obviously twice while it's fermenting and then while it's after it's fermented.
But that adds no alcohol to it.
No, it didn't. Yeah, the
That's
dry hopping has nothing to do with the alcohol content. The
just the
alcohol
bitterness.
flavor.
It's just more of the bitterness, like a dry.
It's bitterness
champagne.
or aromas. It's
Okay.
like it'll give you like more hop presence basically. Or if you put citrusy hops in, you'll get more citrusiness. And
More
But-
you learn.
I guess my other question is then. There's a lot of times then when they dry hop a beer when they won't say it. Probably. Because like, let's say if you fresh
A lot
hop
of
a beer,
hazy
like a fresh hop beer,
hazy
which is
IPAs.
fresh hops, but would you still add fresh hops as a dry hop process, but then not call it dry hopping? To keep it,
I
like,
mean,
to have that fresh hop flavor versus.
I
guess
think
I'm
really
trying to
what they're trying to tell you when they say double dry hopped is that it's going to be all the hops all the time, because that's what you're essentially trying to achieve. Is like the hops are going to be front and center.
But it's really not changing the alcohol content.
Yeah.
I got you. So it's just a
Yeah.
fucking bitter ass beer. Got you.
Or more hop aroma, more
Sure.
like mouthfeel, whatever. It depends on what hops you put in, when you put them in, and how long you leave them in for.
But fresh hop that and cryo hop is like the whole process. That's the type of hop
those
in
are
the
different
process, right?
Types of hops. So obviously the hop is a plant.
Okay.
Fresh hop, you take the hops off the plant and put them in straight into the beer. Dry hop, which is hops are mostly dried for what we use. You take them off the plant, you dry them so that you can store them and use them throughout the year.
I have this
And
other
so-
idea for hopped beer that I would like to. I think I mentioned it to Nick last night, but I would like to petition this, patent it now, and all beer companies you can you can pay me for this percentage. I think you should just take your normal beer, because like multiple beers use multiple types of hops, and just call it blended hop beer, and you just charge $1 extra for your regular IPA. But we all know that there's multiple hops, and you just say blended hop IPA. And you guys, I've created a whole new genre. You guys have to do absolutely nothing, and you can make more money. All right, and then you can add blended double dry hop bullshit all you want and make more money. But I'm just saying, let's
Nah.
make an extra $1.
Speaking as someone who's drinking some single malt whiskey, that's not gonna fly. People always want the single
Mhm.
varietal.
A blended
see it.
hops? Aren't there multiple hops in beers?
Oh
A
yeah.
lot
It
of
wouldn't
them,
be
yeah.
lying.
Sure.
Blended
no,
hop
it wouldn't
beer.
be lying.
See, so we could charge them
Well-
more money for telling them the truth.
Well, the problem is this rebranding because several wineries in my line of work have changed their name to try and look edgier and younger. Problem is, they kind of fell on their face and prices, profits.
Beers are
Well,
so
that's why you
expensive
see
right
a lot
now.
of Citra hop. Citra hop is a very common one that people put in.
Yeah,
There's not a lot of hops where you can just use a single hop. and
blended.
It
You
tastes.
guys are all like just
right.
helping my cause here. You're just like,
Well, so
most-
I'll
Most
split the
beers are
money with
blended.
you guys. I don't understand why you guys are
Well,
against this
so-
labeling of
I'm not.
blended hops.
I'm not against it. They can try it all they want, but well, I know that
Reinvest.
Portland Brewer actually did something like that called the Smash series. It was single malt and single hop. It was actually kind of a cool concept what they did, but
Yeah, smash beers are something if you're a home brewer you should look into because they're very good. They're a very good
Mhm.
way to
oh, so
find.
tasty.
We
find what
derailed.
the
We derailed
flavor
this
stuff
from
is.
Nick. We took this whole
Yeah.
couch
Mhm.
co-op line, and I apologize. Nick, which one wins?
Yes,
Yes.
who
Break the glasses over
We're
your
gonna
head.
go.
Don't.
don't literally.
We're gonna go with the Sam Adams Oktoberfest.
I do love
I'm
the
not surprised
Oktoberfest.
somehow.
I'm not
Yes.
surprised because he's a Sam Adams fan.
Yeah, and also
Yeah, but-
that one's not that great. Shiner. I've had it. It's meh. It's not bad. Just meh.
I don't know. I mean, if you want another opinion, Jared's drinking it right now.
Yeah, Jared, what do you think?
I've had it before.
Jared likes
several
everything.
times.
Well, I was kind of surprised how little carbonation there was, and I like carbonation in my beer, the bubbles and fizzy and
Hmm
whatever. But this is
Same.
like drinking a flat beer. But the maltiness. I like how the maltiness of it. It's a pretty good blend.
Yeah, nice little. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
A little
like
sweet to it.
overcooked or anything like that. You don't get like
Right.
the roasted grain flavor. It's not like a dark beer. It is a dark beer, but it's like
But just in
It's
looks
just
all
a-
at
pretty
the edge
flat.
of an amber. But yeah, there's no fizz to it.
It looks like it.
Uh,
Looks like the tap was trying to.
Maybe
do
next time
something and
shake
just
it up
said,
a bit before you
"Meh."
open it.
Yeah, I know, right? Pour it fast.
Yeah.
See if you can get it to overflow.
Pound it down.
So, Nick, you played
Yeah.
anything? I know you're a busy man, recording
Yes.
content and in school. Do you have
Mhm.
time for video games?
Eating Taco Bell.
I do. I mean, today. Well, I mean, we've already. I mean, we're covering ground that we've already covered before, but I mean, it was just some more Fallout Shelter and some more. I don't know if I'm venturing into the other topic tonight, but just playing some Fallout 3. I actually finished the DLC,
Oh,
Operation
Nice.
Anchorage. It's probably one of my
Nice.
more favorite ones of that one, just because it's kind of gives you a glimpse into the there's a, it's not quite, but like the first time I played it, it kind of gave me a little bit of a feel of what it was like in the pre-war times, even though it was just a simulation set up by somebody. But it also unlocks some. I mean, it also makes the game a lot easier because it unlocks some armor that is like almost
Horse armor?
unbreakable. No, just it's power armor. But
oh, okay. Oh,
It's-
power armor. I got you.
yeah, you know,
Yeah,
the
there
stuff
ain't
that
no
you saw on the
horses in
show
Fallout.
with.
Nope.
Mhm.
They've all been eaten.
Yeah.
Mm. Most
Or
of
they've
Probably.
mutated into something.
yeah,
Yeah, mecha horses.
two-headed
Nice.
horses.
Mhm. Like the two-headed cows,
Well,
the brown.
we were talking. So, like last week or the 2 weeks ago when we did our games of the year, and you put Fallout. It was Fallout 4 on your list, right?
Yeah.
So, like, what spurred you on to play Fallout 3 again? Go back to Fallout 3.
Well, see, I don't know if I'm covering bucket list stuff here, but
No, we're not.
it's,
We're not doing any Fallout in VR.
What's that?
The bucket list.
Oh.
Bucket is it's it's
Oh,
about
okay.
buckets.
Sorry.
Oh,
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
Put
the
no,
VR
bucket
no.
on your
Put
face.
Put the bucket on your face. Anyway, sorry. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, VR. That's
I
what that
missed it.
refers to. So you can talk about all you want about Fallout.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so part of it was just I was feeling bad for my PS3 just sitting down there and never being used. So part of it was just I'll jump in and start a Fallout 3 game, and the other part of it was maybe I'll just start earning some trophies on here again since I'm using a different username since I got the PS4.
If you
so
need
I
any
could
games, you can come to
basically-
Ian's rental PS3 Emporium, and you can rent.
Yeah.
You can borrow any of these games. Anyway, sorry.
Well, I mean,
it's good when the disk drive still works on those
Yeah.
older.
Right.
yeah. Well, so I've actually got the. I had to go and rebuy my PS3 back in 2016 when
Right.
I got the yellow light of death on the little Fat Boy, and thankfully there was still. I mean, I think it had just been discontinued, but that 500 gigabyte PS3 Slim version,
A great console.
the Walmart in Woodburn still had one. So
Before the fucking slide
Grabbed
top
it.
ones. Before
no,
the
it
slim
is a
slims.
slide top one.
No, that's not. Oh, it is a slide top one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the actual slim ones in between. In between the fat
Yeah.
and the super slim, there was the regular slim.
I remember
the
that.
Slim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you're playing
No,
Fallout
but-
3.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
Essentially, I mean,
Nice.
it's a game that I played probably
You
100
need to
times.
get that
What
PC
is it?
up
What
and
is
running.
it that? No, but I'm curious about this. Like, you have a lot of other games that you could play, current games that you have
Yeah.
purchased. What is it that just fuck it? I just want to go back to Fallout 3. Like, why do you just want to keep playing Fallout?
Well, part of it's just comfort, just because it's.
This won't let me down.
I mean,
Right.
well, not so much let me down. It's also like part of it is like when I play some of these easier mobile games or whatever. Just like even like some of the puzzle games that I was playing, like Trust No One. It's just I don't like have to put like a lot of like I don't have to invest a lot of time, effort. I mean, this is basically I can just like it's not something where I kind of feel like I have to lock myself in
Really?
and
Like, it's funny because
Yeah.
like I don't know about Aaron, but I know Jared and Dave. We've all tried to play Fallout 3 at some
I
point.
tried.
Oh, Aaron,
yeah.
we find it like not penetratable. Like it is too much time and too much. Like I
Pretty
don't.
much. I agree with that sentiment.
It's like I don't know why we've never
But-
been able to play it, but like, and
Yep.
you just keep playing it.
Whatever.
No, I'm just like, what is
Oh.
that?
Well, I mean, I guess it's like when I first started playing it, I wasn't constricted by time or anything like that. So I was able to just kind of immerse myself in and, like play for hours at a time. Where now I'm so comfortable with it. I know what I can go do with whatever time limitations I have or whatever attention I'm willing to put into it, so that it's like kind of ahead of time. I know, um, I kind of know what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to go do.
And the impenetrableness kind of
Goes away.
because you've got over that hump. It's like
Yeah.
that actually becomes a feature, not a bug.
I mean, how many times have you actually played
Yeah.
through it? Like, how many times have you fucking played through that game?
For Fallout 3, it's really not a lot. Like probably
okay.
maybe 5 times.
'Cause
If
all
that.
of us play through our favorite games 5 times. Nick, that's a lot of
Right.
times.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it? Oh, okay.
I mean,
That
really, I
is-
think.
I'm trying to
wrong with
think
that.
because there's also like PC versions too, but
Sure. No, I'm just curious.
But I
'cause,
mean,
like,
it's
what,
like
I get what you're saying.
Well,
Like, you have, if you have a few minutes, you know what you can do within that time, and then
Right.
there's no like cost of like, there's no penalty like when you if you were playing a new game and then you get sucked in, but you gotta like save it, or you can't save it because you're at a place you
Mhm.
can't save, and then you're fucked. And
and
you have
part
to
of
go
my
back.
problem is that, and the other thing, it's like when I talk about the comfort of it, it's and it has been a while since I've played, so it's still like kind of forget what some of the controls are, but it's like when I play a new game and maybe I don't play for a little bit and then I come back to it and I forget what like all the controls are.
Yeah. You've got the
that
muscle
happens.
memory that just like
Right.
it's just like boop. I know where I am in the menus. I know
Right.
how to
Mhm.
Right.
look at my loot
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
find
it's
a
very-
wall or
I think-
whatever it
I mean,
is.
I know that it's considered one of the greatest games. It's just funny that like the majority of us just found it very kind of not
And
It's his video
Enjoy it.
game casserole.
Yeah.
right.
yeah, whatever.
Makes
It's
And
like his holy grail.
Probably to
It's-
go back to the like 5 times is a lot. Just to put it in perspective, there's you can play 3 different types. You can play like 3 different ways. You can play as a good person, just kind of a middle of the road, and then you can play as a bad person. So I mean,
sure.
there's 3 different playthroughs right there.
Right. No, I mean, I'm
Right.
not saying that that's not something I've never done. Like, I've probably played through Mass Effect 2, like, I think this last time with Dave was probably 4 or 5. Or, Skyrim
missed
I've played through
3.
like a
I'm
million
probably at,
times.
like,
I mean, I
3.
get it. I'm just,
Yeah.
for us we just have not been able to get through like the first half hour of Fallout 3. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I tried so hard.
I don't know. I was just curious.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
usually
fine.
when I love a game, I can point out like there's specific characters or the writing or
Mhm.
things like that. I don't know. I don't think I've given Fallout 3 enough of a chance to really form an opinion on it. I've never spent more than 45 minutes on it, and I'm just like, I'm good.
Exactly, but what
Uh,
is that for us? Like,
yeah,
I'm
I
right
don't
there
know.
with you, Jared. But like for him, he was sucked in. For us,
Yeah,
it just
I
like
know.
we were instantly
I
kind of
I mean,
detoured
it-
from it.
It could have just been like something that was like, because I remember when it happened, because it was, I think, probably around March of 2010. I just kind of sat down, and it was a game that Jake had, like, he was kind of like an OG Fallout player. Like, he
Mhm.
played the very first one when it came out, played it on PC, and him and a friend got into it, and then they ended up playing Fallout 2 and stuff. And so, I mean, this was kind of a game he was looking forward to. Unfortunately, his setup wasn't great for it, so he didn't quite get into it. And for whatever reason, I had a good enough TV, and we just said, "What the hell? We'll pop it in." And 6 hours later, I'm already kind of sucked into this game, and it was kind of a game that I hadn't really played before, like that first-person I mean, I don't want to.
It's an RPG.
Kind of an RPG.
Oh, it's
okay.
100% an RPG.
Okay, but just that style was just kind of new to me, so it just sucked me in. And
Yeah, it makes sense.
here
Well,
we
and,
are.
and having I mean, he was your roommate, of course. You were spending a lot of
Right.
time talking about it and things like that. You
Yeah.
know, you have a fan to bounce comments off of and things like that. So it's a lot easier to get into.
Yeah, and it
something
and it
that
worked for.
way.
And he was like blown away just because. I mean, I think he was playing on like an old CRT, so
Yeah.
he couldn't
The
like
old
whatever.
days.
Yeah, so he's sitting here trying to play this game on a CRT, and he didn't get sucked in until he saw me playing it on my TV, and then he's like, "Oh wow, this game is actually a lot better than what I thought it was," and so he ended up getting into it, and so we're sitting here having to share my TV in the living room and take turns and whatever.
Dang it.
Yeah,
Cool.
basically.
Yeah,
Those
that's
days.
cool.
So Fallout Shelter, Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Have you played anything not Fallout related? It's okay if you know.
No,
All right.
but I mean that's
Maybe.
that's another thing. It's like I don't want to rely on this too. I mean, because I do have plenty of games that that I need to jump into. Like I still need to finish Tiny Tina's.
Yeah.
I need to jump in and give Pacific Drive a chance, and then there's Helldivers 2.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
this, and then
And
that,
then.
yeah.
And then.
Yeah.
So should we hit you up if we're playing it, Nick?
Yes. Well, if he's up.
If you're doing it on the weekends, weekdays are a little hard for me.
So like tonight after the podcast, since you don't work tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow I've actually got things to do. I've got a couple of appointments that.
That's what I'm saying tonight after the podcast.
No, I know, but I mean,
Oh,
it's
you
like
gotta
appointments.
sleep? Oh, jeez.
Damn,
Yeah,
son.
like I have to. Yeah, I have a
Sleep.
dog
You
with-
guys in your sleep, man. Anyway, all right.
Sorry.
Aaron, what have you been playing? I mean, we know what you've been playing, but like, tell us the further adventures of Aaron Stell.
Fantasio.
Your Fantasia or
actually-
Elden Ring. He has some Elden Ring stories
Oh,
to tell.
yeah, that's
I'm
right.
playing both actually. Yes, those
Okay.
games.
Wow.
Well, so in Elden Ring,
I like
I-
how you're. I like how
I-
you're double fisting two of the longest and
Yeah.
most intense
Very involved
games.
games.
Involved games.
They're very
like,
intense.
Like I would think that you would just pick one and just focus on it, and then maybe go back. like,
I almost gave up on Elden Ring, but then I killed one of the first bigger bad. Like, it's always not like a mini boss or anything, but it's just a big guardian of the bridge. Like he looks like a golden version of like the headless horseman, but without his horse, and he has like a big old mace.
yeah,
Oh,
And
there's a bunch
Well,
of those
I
guys.
wa- I know, but this one was like I felt extra good when I first killed him because I was down myself hard in this game. Like I told you guys last week, I was just like,
mhm.
screw this game, I'm about to give up. And then I'm seeing this like, no, I'm not gonna get beaten by a giant pumpkin head looking fucker with a mace. So I go after him and just take him on and just not kill him the first time. Kill him like after a couple tries. I'm like, okay, this game is doable.
So that
I
means
can-
you have your horse now.
Do you have your horse?
Yep.
Or your mount,
Mhm. Okay.
yeah.
So
My
if you
celestial
jump up,
steed or whatever
so
it's
where
called.
he's at, if you jump up onto the cliff on the side, is where you'll see the pot guy. I think that's the first time you. What's the pot name? The guy's pot name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Like Joe or I don't know what it is, but there's like this little
Yeah.
pot guy that
Because-
you go on a quest with, and there's a really depressing story, but
He's like a depressed person. I didn't meet him. I'm trying to find him, and it's
You
like
can hear
I hear him.
yeah, he's up on the cliff
hear him
above
const-
from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to
So
look
don't
around
cross
for
the
next time
bridge.
I-
He's on that side, but he's up on the cliff.
Yeah. The
Okay.
stories of those
Yeah.
jars is pretty weird.
What is
It
his
just sounds
name?
very
I can't remember
depressed.
his name. Anyway, that's a great story.
Yeah.
It's a very long quest. Anyway,
Anyway, I'm playing that, and I felt really good about my first like big kill because I was getting like just mobbed by those guys at like each camp, like the night camps, and just one guy blows trumpet, and all of them just
you
swarm. I'm
gotta
like,
stealth him, bro. You gotta take him
Yeah,
out one
yeah,
at a
no, I
time.
need
You gotta
stealth,
pull him. You
yeah.
gotta like kind of pull him out and then kill him. Yeah, you gotta be careful.
What
Yeah,
weapon
that's-
are you using?
Yeah, what class did you go
Uh,
with? Or
I'm going with the mage,
Oh,
the
you go
wizard,
hard. You
whatever it
go
is.
hard.
Yeah.
Oh,
not
man.
much
Well,
sneaking
well-
there.
Good luck, bro.
Well, Well, it's funny because like I have my magician up to where like a couple like things to take out the lower guys and like two little blasts, but also I have a sword to use too, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
cool.
can actually
Good
use a
luck,
sword
yeah.
and a yeah. But yeah, that game is actually I'm gonna keep giving it a chance because I feel good about that
There's
kill.
a
Like, it's that giant
cave,
pumpkin.
like kind of where that camp is, but kind of back towards the first campfire. There's a cave in a cliff.
Mhm.
There's like a few
Yeah.
caves, but there's one in there with like
Yeah.
this werewolf boss. This is like a real
Yeah.
boss, but
Mhm.
that's the one you should focus on because like he won't once he dies he's like a real boss, and like that's the one I killed the first time. That's the moment I had where you just had where like, okay, I'm not gonna quit this fucking game because I was so fucking
Right.
infuriated. I was just like, this, I just can't do this. I don't want to fucking do this.
Well,
And then
it's just you get killed
yeah,
1,000 times. Like fuck this.
so then I grinded it out, got leveled
Not
up,
a game for me.
and then I went to this cave. I was like, and I fought this thing and I killed it, and I was like, I can kill a boss. I mean, it's the lowest level
Right.
of boss, but you go through the yellow. I don't know if you ever seen the memes. Like, there's a meme that came out recently, Jared. You might have seen it, but like, it's the yellow gate of Elden Ring, but it's like 2025.
Yeah.
Some
Mhm.
shit like that. It's just like,
Yeah.
anyway, but
That's a good one.
yeah, that I would look for that boss and work
Okay.
on that guy because he gives you something. He gives you. I think that's the one because you get your. You can get the thing where you call your assistant kind of
Oh,
companions. And I think it's the
Yeah.
wolf companions or something. I think in that one. I think that's the one
Okay.
that gives you the wolves.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. Once you get a summon where you have a little helper, so the boss doesn't 100% focus on you.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
you
it
can
makes
summon
it
like
a
these
lot
guys that'll
more
fight.
manageable.
So like
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like you're like two players basically, and anyway, it'll help you
Yeah.
a lot.
Nice.
You can summon them in very specific areas.
And then you'll start getting other ones and unlock different ones, and they get way more powerful, like
Yeah.
crazy powerful. So there are
Okay.
things in the world that'll help you make the world easier.
Mhm.
You just have to like kind of grind it out. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
But,
actually
yeah,
thought about
that-
it yesterday because I was playing. I was like, I should just fucking install Elden Ring.
Yeah. Well, I still have to beat the PS5 edition.
Oh, okay.
That's right. You got the PS5 one.
Well, yeah, I bought the PS4, the PS5 edition, but I downloaded the PS4 version because I was playing it on my PS5 and my
Oh.
PS4, and it didn't have cross save, so I had to like
Huh.
sync my save and then download it back on the PS5 and bounce it back and forth.
Oh,
So
jeez, I hate
that's
that.
what I did.
Also, Aaron, there's some other tricks you can look up on Google and stuff, but there's a land that you're heading to, Khalid. It's an awful, evil place, and you should never hang out there. But one of the early tricks I learned was if you there's like this giant dragon there that's laying like there alive or dead. Anyway, you kind of run to him, and there's like this far left corner where you can kind of get under his wing and just like attack him without getting killed at all. You just kill him, and once he dies, because you're so level, you'll get so much what are
Lost Souls?
souls or whatever they're
So,
called.
I think it's or. I
Oh,
can't
so you
remember.
can
I can't remember.
farm.
Runes.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
kind
oh,
yeah,
yeah, you can
runes. Yes,
farm, yeah,
runes. So you
runes,
kill
that's
him and you get a bunch of runes. I mean, once he's dead, he's dead. You only can do this one time, but you get so much that you can level up like 4 or 5 times, I think. Yeah, so
Oh, wow.
yeah, you can. So there are things. It's like the giant white dragon in Khalid.
Mhm.
Anyway, it's like
Okay.
an early.
It's like wounded, laying down, almost dead. Anyways.
Yeah. But you can't
It's
do it
giant
without your
dragon.
horse because like you can't run through that place and survive because it's fucking
No.
nightmare at low level. You have to
It
like
sucks.
you need the horse to like run through it. Yeah, it's an awful hellscape.
Yeah, you don't want to fight anything there.
Yeah, you don't want to fight
It's
anything there.
terrible.
You just want to find a place on the map, run to it, do the
Yeah.
task, and then go
You
back.
might even have some
Okay.
nightmares of the animals chasing you.
But that was one of the things I did early on at like that stage to kind of level me up and get more powerful. So, and don't Google some shit. If you need help.
Oh yeah,
will.
definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Check guides out.
We were
yeah.
Yeah.
constantly.
Easy leveling.
How do I
hints and
cheese this
where do
boss?
I
How do
go
I
first?
cheese this?
Right.
Anyway,
I never needed
100%.
to something.
I hope you
Yeah,
make it through.
play-
dude.
play
it's
it your
it's
way.
such a good game. Yeah, play it your way, but it's such a good game. I hope you get through it. Anyway.
I will. I'll get through
Absolutely.
it. It takes some time. But then I just beat my first like big boss. Well, no, not the first big
It
boss. but there's
motivated
this-
you.
Yeah, I felt good to fight him, beat him, get him going. But yeah, I gotta keep going with that. And then the other game, Metaphor, I finally killed one of the right hand people. It's like this freaking necromancer. I had to turn down the level because he just kept. I screwed the pooch in that game. So I didn't know this, but this game's notorious. Like, I didn't realize how notorious this game is for, like, if you go away from the main area, it just ends the day. You have to go back and start again. It's just like, no, I want to go back, buy some stuff, come back, and fight these guys, revives or whatever. But no, once it just kept coming a death loop cycle.
Oh, it sounds like a Souls game.
Pretty much.
You,
Well, it's
you
like
camped
a-
at the fire pit, and all the enemies respawned, huh?
Well, luckily, when you go to against this necromancer, there's no bosses. You just run up the flight of stairs forever, and he's the only guy, but he's a necromancer, so he can summon the dead to fight for him on top of himself with power spells and stuff like lightning, your fire, blah blah blah. But problem is I didn't have any revives, and my guys, they're not low level, but they do a lot of damage because he does like enraging spells, where it's just like 2 hits, I'm dead. I'm like, are you kidding? And I didn't have any revival spells, so I'm like,
Yeah,
fuck
rough.
this. So I just kept getting irritated, and I'm like, I'm just gonna switch the level down. Thank God they let you do that, but you can go back when you want. But
Hmm.
I enjoy
Yeah,
that.
I
so
like that freedom.
Well, so it's funny because you can change your level pretty much anytime you want, except for if you go to storyteller mode, which is like the easiest mode. It says you cannot go change your mode once you go to this mode. I'm like, really? Why? Why wouldn't I be able to do that? I didn't go there, but I was just like,
Yeah, some games will even turn off trophies if you go on the easiest mode. I don't know if they do that anymore, but like early on, they like, yeah, you don't earn trophies. Or I remember playing a game on the easiest mode, and it stopped at a certain point. It said, "Oh, if you want to finish the game, you need to put it on a harder difficulty." I'm like, what?
You're like, what's the point of having an easy
This
mode?
is bullshit.
Yeah. I hate that shit. But I hate that, man. It's so ridiculous. I've never heard of a game doing that, but I mean,
Yeah.
actually, no. I take that back. Lion King. That's the last game I ever played that did. No, seriously. Like, if you want to beat the full game, you have to go the hardest difficulty. I'm like,
Yeah.
your easiest mode was a pain in the ass. Why the fuck would I want to do that?
Yeah, who wants to do this garbage?
So I was good.
Yeah,
I was
gee.
good.
Cool.
But no, I switched out of that and beat the necromancer. Well, I thought I beat the necromancer, but it's a classic JRPG thing where if you beat the shit out of them, it's like they didn't get a scratch. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck you.
You keep
Fuck
fighting the
you.
boss until they turn into a god and you're dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's just I hate that. That's like that's my biggest pet peeve in any of the JRPGs where it's like you beat the crap out of them and it's like nothing happened. It's like,
Yeah.
then why? Why do that work? Show you got hurt. Come on. Even Mass Effect does that, I think, in the beginning, the first Mass Effect game. You fight Saren the first time, and you don't quite kill him, but
Mhm.
then
That
the
triggers a
second time,
cutscene.
yeah, it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna go now. Like, no, motherfucker, I killed you.
Oh,
the
just
fuck?
you wait in Elden Ring where you're like, oh, I beat the boss, and you're almost dead, and then his health bar grows and his form changes, and you're like, God damn it, no.
Oh, I hate that shit. But no, it's nothing. I hate it, but I'll still do the thing. It's like, okay, well, I just gotta kick your ass that much harder. Ugh.
Mhm.
I gotta make my foot sore and your ass sore.
Cool.
But yeah, those are the games.
Awesome.
How about you,
So I've a lot of stuff because I have like PlayStation Premium, like Jared. I've been trying a lot of things. The Ascent I put like 4 hours into, really enjoyed that, but then I just decided like I'm not, I kind of like lost interest in it, kind of. But it's kind of a cool like cyberpunk Diablo style game. But it gets really hard, like it really ramps up, and I just I don't have anyone to play with, so it's just kind of like, because it's a co-op also, and it's like I'm not gonna play it. So I stopped that. And some other just random games I'm not going to talk about. The main 2 games I've kind of been playing that aren't from the bucket list. Fist, Jared, we talked about that last week in just
Forged
the chatty
in Shadow?
Forged in Shadow, the rabbit with the big
Yeah.
robot fist. I've put like an hour and a half in. I really like that. I was like,
Yeah,
I was
it's fun.
really
I
don't
wish
really-
my save didn't get deleted.
yeah, those
Uh-huh.
kind of Metroidvania games. I'm not usually a big fan of that kind of shit, but
Mhm.
I really dig this one. So I've been playing that. I think I'm gonna try and beat it. We'll see, but I'm gonna keep that on my machine. But yeah, I like the how it handles, and you're like, it's a 2D side scroller back and forth Metro. You find powers and you power up, and you find other fists and drills, and there's different mechanics you learn, and the stories are all really well told. I think the characters are cool, and
Mhm.
all these different little
Good
animals,
design.
and you're basically these kind of put upon group of animals with the empire, overlooking you, and you're trying to
Yeah,
break
you're like a
free. and
rebellion.
anyway, it's pretty cool. I like how it looks really cool. It's a really
Mm-hmm.
fucking cool looking game. Like the sets and like how back into the depth of like they're done, and I don't know. Yeah, super cool looking. So Fist, playing that. And then the game I'm currently putting probably the most time into is Starfield. Currently. So I've been doing my modded adventure of Starfield, or Fallout in Space, as some may call it. And you want to talk about easy mode. As soon as you mod, it instantly turns off achievements. So it's like, nope. It even lets you know,
Oh.
like, hey, you have mods, achievements will now be. But the beautiful thing about this is that I just add a mod and all achievements unlocked. So it does not really fucking matter
Nice.
what you do, Bethesda. You can try to like tell us no. There's actually
We'll
two
find
steps
right
to
out.
it. There's actually two things you can do this. You can actually mod it and say turn achievements back on, and then you can play the game and it'll unlock them. Or you just say fuck it, I just unlock them all. It's like, I don't give a shit. But anyway, that's not important. I just like, because
I'll
you
get
guys,
the achievements without
it
even
doesn't really
playing
matter.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, so I really like Starfield. It's like, I really wish, I'm having a lot of fun with it. Obviously, I think I've talked to Jared about this a little bit. Like, my PC is not the greatest. It's running fine. I'm running it like between 30 and 60 frames. So it's not too bad. It looks pretty good. It's not like the highest settings, but it's like kind of a low mid, but not low, which is kind of understandable. Like, it's a newer game.
It makes your PC start to show its age, kind of.
But it is just like, but I think what's wild about the game itself is just like the amount of loading screens is ridiculous, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
wild.
You spend a lot of time in
It
just
is
menus.
So, I mean, if you thought Fallout or any of those games, Skyrim had like a lot of loading screens, holy fuck. So I spent a lot of time in mods trying to optimize the game for my system and trying to speed a lot of stuff up, which I think it's done pretty good. Like, I haven't had any crashes. Like, early on, I was trying to, there'd be random things where I'd load into a room. Like, the open world, I'd be fine. But I'd load into a room, and it would just crash. And it's like, what's in this room? Nothing's in this room. There's a couple NPCs. That's crash. Anyway, so I spent a lot of time. Anyway, but I made the comment the other night, I think, on Discord, as like, I feel like I played this game twice for a few minutes. But I've already put like over 9 hours into this game. I like the flying. I like all of it. It's like No Man's Sky, but like a real game, not like a kind of a fantastical, colorful game. It's like you're in a spaceship, you fly off, you shoot things, you have quests. It's kind of more of that actual space versus the survival thing.
Have
And
you
then
gotten into shipbuilding?
I haven't tried. I don't know if I can even bother with that.
I didn't earn enough currency or whatever to do much of that.
I'm modding, so I'm already past.
Yeah,
I
of
have
course.
a
You have all
PC.
the currency.
Yeah, I have all the currency. So I'm just, and I've already like added mods for ships. So I'm just, next time I go to the ship guy, I'm just gonna buy a badass ship. Like I don't
Yeah, there
want
was
to.
like a story thing where I had to.
I don't want to
create
fuck
one
around
or
with that
something.
shit. I just want to play the game. So I'm just having fun, having a good time, enjoying it. I'm kind of sexy. Like, the game's.
As sexy as it'll let you be.
Well, they still haven't come out with the best. Like CBB still has not come out yet, so I'm fine. I'm naked with like this kind of weird like bikini space suit, which is fine. It's not optimal, but it works. But I'm having fun. Everything's good. It's cool. I'm enjoying it. Maybe I'll play through it once and then I'll buy a new PC. Now that 4090s, it's only a $500 card. Maybe my next PC will have something with a lot more muscle in it, and then I can. But that's not important. I like the game. It's fun. It's just a struggle. Like I think I like being in the world. I just think the fucking loading screens are killing my interest because it's just like holy fuck, how many more? And you are right, Jared. Like the menu system and to get a mission and to go into like there's so many layers of menus you have to get through to go somewhere. It's just like it's fucking obnoxious.
And just getting out of the menu sometimes you just like you expect I'm just gonna hit B. Oh, and then B.
It's so
and then-
overthought.
and then
It's
B,
like so overthought.
and then B again.
It's so but the problem is it is fun. So it's like I just have to like strap in. We're going to deal with this. And so I just keep finding ways or mods that'll shortchange a lot of the menu shit anyway, it's just a lot of that right now.
I liked the story, so I like mainlining the story was fun, and then after the story, doing that stuff was a lot of fun too. So there's a good chance when I activate my Game Pass, I'll probably download it again and goof around with it a little bit.
I did go to Lover's Lab and get this kind of really naughty mod where it retextures a lot of the entire world. With so like all the billboards and all the like the beers and like crates and everything are just like the most pornographic. Like one of the fast food joints is called Chunks or something.
Yeah, because all the food's cubes. So they call them
so instead of that, it's just like chicks just like just gargling giant cocks. It's just and a lot of it's AI art, so it looks like it's space AI art, which is kind of cool that these guys went to do all this. Hey guys, listen, I'm a pervert gamer. Let it go. Anyway, so I've done a lot of like really just like, well, here's some eye candy just while I'm walking around and randomly looking at loading screens. Anyway, I'm having fun. It's cool. I enjoy it. Starfield.
There you go.
That's probably my first. It's my first playthrough, but it won't be my last. Because whatever. I like Nick. I kind of like these games. They are like Skyrim is massive comfort food. But and I've played it a million times. I get it. I do different things to my Bethesda games than Nick does. But I get it.
I get why you like those games, and it's like why you keep coming back to them.
I like just making it. I like being able to just make it to a thing, to a point where it's my thing, and it's just like this.
It's like your world.
It's just a complete sandbox. Like it is the sandbox.
Yes.
And it's just like that's what I enjoy about it. So anyway,
you might have fun with it, Dave. Starfield.
I think it is of all the Bethesda games, you'd probably dig it. I just, man, he doesn't have an Xbox, and it's gonna run on his PC like mine.
My PC is probably about the same as yours, spec-wise. I think we've got the same graphics card, so.
But
like slightly different processors and RAM, but not enough to make much difference, I don't think.
Yeah, so it's gonna run about the same. But anyway. So some bucket lists, Jared. So like this is the new, because we haven't talked about this, but I did, not on the show anyway, but I did buy PSVR 2. So Jared and I are bucket brothers.
Congratulations.
And
Bucket brothers.
have a bucket.
So what tipped you over the edge to buying it? Because I know you weren't
Big
like
discount.
Oh, it was a massive discount. Best Buy had, so like the original PSVR I bought new at launch, and it was $400, $399, right?
Yeah.
PSVR 2 at launch was $600, and no pack in game, right? And it's like I'm not getting that. Jared got it. I don't know how. Jared, did you get it for any discount, or did you go straight up for it?
I bought it. Yeah.
Straight out of the box.
Yeah, I remember because you got it shipped to me. So
that's right. No tax.
So it
With
was
zero
actually
tax,
mine because I didn't pay any taxes on it. And
So-
I sold it to you for $650.
After Christmas, during the holidays and everything, Best Buy had it for $350, and a pack-in game, the Horizon game, the VR
Okay.
Horizon game for $350. And I was like, well, that's fucking cheaper than
Mhm.
and it's like, fuck it. Because I really want to play Gran Turismo 7 in VR.
It's
Yeah,
so
you're like,
good.
that's five
That's
PlayStation games.
so I'm gonna get it. So yeah, I ordered it, got it, and I gotta be honest, like every podcast I've talked to who said like Gran Turismo 7 is like one of the greatest things you'll ever experience in VR. VR2 is like, it's like, oh yeah, it's hyped me up, but like actually experiencing it, it is. I've talked to Jared about this, but it is like it is transformative. The experience of playing it. It is unlike. It is like racing. Like Drive Club was like Drive Club
Yeah,
VR was cool. Like it was like a thing.
Yeah, Drive Club gave you a flavor, didn't it?
It gave you a
But it
flavor, but
wasn't-
you don't get the depth. You don't get the. Like
feel like
this,
you're literally
it
in a
looks
car.
so much better. I mean, obviously, it's such a step up
Yeah.
in fidelity,
Yeah.
Time.
but like the depth and just the sense of racing is on another level. I can't even. I've played some other games. I think Jared's also played. I played Synapse, a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's the one I've been playing. Well, I played quite a bit of it yesterday. It's a ton of fun.
I played Pistol Whip, which is like the gun Beat Saber. Pretty fun, but most of my bucket time has been in Gran Turismo 7, and there's just nothing like it feels like you're really in a car. Feels like I'm really racing. I'm actually faster in VR than I play normally. So like,
The-
Do you get
the
any
interiors
motion
are super
sickness? And
detailed.
what's the longest you've had the bucket on in a sitting?
It's interesting. PlayStation, I don't know, a few
Yeah,
hours.
because I was really interested in the VR, and I've got the original one, and
This one is
that
way
was always
less.
the issue
right.
for me. Was like, how long can I actually sit there and play before I
Yeah.
get nauseous?
I think you'll probably
And
still
it was
get
never.
it. I think you'll probably still get it. But for me, I didn't really ever have issues in PSVR. My eyes would just get tired.
Yeah.
The screen
Yeah.
door affecting in the first PSVR is really intense. It's way more subtle in this. Like the fidelity of the game is way better.
Yeah.
So, but with Gran Turismo 7, only racing is in VR. Everything else is flat menu. So I always take the headset off in the menus. So I don't leave it in. I just like kind of pop
you're
it up.
getting the break
And then
between races
and then when the race is instigated, I put the helmet back on because I don't know, the flat menu is just kind of what's the point? It's kind of annoying. But the cool thing about this too, the PSVR 2, is it does have the what do they call that, see-through motion thing, Jared?
Yeah, whatever. It's
Oh, yeah,
not
like
Pass-through
but
video.
yeah.
So like
AR
you can
kind of
click the
like
thing,
that.
and then there's a camera, black and white camera, so you can see what's in front of you when the helmet's on.
Yeah.
So you can like grab things and look at things.
You can
That's pretty
almost
nice.
decipher what your phone
Yeah,
says.
talk to people.
Yeah,
Well,
you need to
yes
drink
and
or
no. I
something.
mean, if your phone is throwing a, that's one thing you learn, but your phone is throwing a IR sensor at you, so there's just like this
Yeah.
flash all the time because like you can see all the IR sensors in the camera. It'll pick them up from things, so it's like
Yeah,
you
it's
got to be
funny.
kind of careful to like.
So remotes and
Yeah,
stuff.
all kinds of
Yeah,
shits will be
a
like
lot of strobing.
it's like whoa.
So
If you
basically,
have a
keep
bunch
it out of
of
your
toys
field
in
of
your room
range.
or
But
whatever,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, I played Gran Turismo 7. I mean, I guess I generally play it for like 2 to 3 hours, normally,
Wow.
and so it doesn't really change my. That's just in a normal setting. So playing it in the bucket for 2 or 3 hours, with me
Does it
taking it
make
on and off, it doesn't make me sick or anything.
Steering
I'm
wheel
fine.
and pedals.
No, 100%, Dave. Like I actually before I bought it, I was pricing a wheel and a rig because I was weighing the VR and the rig versus a new TV, like the OLED TV was like
Yeah,
$1,000
you're like,
I
I
was
can't buy
pricing,
everything.
and I think I can get but like the new TV versus the VR and the rig, and I think I was like, I could probably get the whole rig now that it's like $350. I could probably get the wheel and everything for $1,000 versus the TV. But I didn't go that route. But I think I'm going to get a new TV. But I am thinking about getting a wheel. I do think that. But anyway, I don't know.
They do have some nice wheels, don't they? And they're like $300 or
Oh,
$400 price
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
Like,
but it looks so good. It feels like it's funny to to really be racing and feel like you know the distance. Like in Drive Club VR, like you just kind of like turn when you. I feel like I know the distance. Like I can tell when the turn is, the way that it. When you're racing, and then when you're racing someone, and then just the fact that I'm faster, is also wild to me. Like, because I'm really in there,
and
really
I'm making time off.
I'm braking when I think I should brake. Not like I should brake at this. Anyway, it's pretty cool.
Well, in general, racing in VR is just amazing. Anyways, because when you're racing on like a flat screen, no matter how big it is, you just really never look at your mirrors. It just isn't intuitive or anything like that. You can't really look around the corners with your right analog stick or anything. It's just awkward, but it's just natural. You just kind of turn your head and you're looking around the corners. You see your mirrors. You just move your eyes, and it's like everything is perfectly focused. And
that's the other thing. Eye tracking in the thing eye tracks you now. It's wild.
Yeah, so it's like when you're learning to ride a motorcycle and they say, "Look where you want to go," kind of.
Yeah,
I get why the helmet is more expensive. There's a lot more tech in it. I get why.
Well, you don't need the stupid camera staring at you. So
right, you don't need the camera. It's like you don't need a camera. You don't. The new controllers are cool. You don't. Yeah, it's one wire. It's super simple to hook up.
VR.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I remember being impressed by that when Jared brought his over. It's like they basically condensed it into one piece of kit that did what you needed it to do, and got rid of all the extra wires and just boxes, and because the VR one is kind of a bit of an elephant.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass to set up. Yeah. And then when you don't want it set up, you have to disconnect. And then it doesn't have the pass through for certain HDR, other stuff like that. So it's just but no, it's super cool. So then Synapse is a really cool game. It's like a first person shooter game. And you're basically a Magneto. I mean, you can grab shit and throw it and shoot, and it's a really fun. Jared's probably spent. I've only spent like an hour into it, but it's a super awesome game. It's only.
It's a rogue style game. You do runs, and every run you do, you earn more talents and skills. You keep upgrading yourself, and now I have the ability. I can grab the boxes. Are the first things you start. You can grab boxes and slam them into enemies, crush them with them, stuff like that. And next you upgrade. You can grab the dudes and launch them off into space. Pretty much, you're just launching them off on the map or smashing the other dudes with them. I've picked a dude up and shot him with the gun just to oh, I guess I can do this too. And now I can catch grenades and throw them back at them. I can crush the explosive barrels with my hands.
But it's cool because
it's really awesome.
You don't run into a lot of that bullshit you ran into with PSVR 1 where you'd be out of the camera view or something.
Yeah.
You're just doing shit. It knows where you're at.
And it works.
It just works. Well, it's just wild.
So the cool thing is you target what you want to grab with your eyes. You're like, oh, I'm going to grab that thing, and you grab it. You don't actually have to do some weird aiming thing with your hand. You just look at it with your eye and hit the grab button. And
have you played No Man's Sky?
Oh yeah,
I don't have it for PS5. I only have PS4.
Yeah, that's right.
I've thought about buying it.
You have to buy it to.
There's not an upgrade. There was a digital upgrade, Dave, but I have the disc, and I don't have the disc.
Oh,
PS5.
Okay.
So
it's fair enough that they want you to rebuy it.
I mean, it's usually on sale too. It's usually on sale, so it's I'm thinking about doing it. I'll wait for it to go on sale and then pick it up.
Yeah,
because I'm curious about.
My favorite thing about No Man's Sky and VR is how they have you do the menus and stuff. Is all menus you tap on your hands and wrists and stuff. It's really intuitive. But yeah. I mean, it's a cool game anyway. So now with all the graphic revamps and stuff, what
excited about? Any upcoming games
in VR?
PSVR 2 games, because that's always been the weak point of VR in general, isn't it? It's they have this they release something, have a big push, release some games that you might want to see in VR, and then they kind of go. It's
I can't think of any of the names, but seems to be quite a few decent, like big VR games coming out this year. But I just, yeah, like Sony, I think just kind of dropped the ball. They kind of stopped making games for it. Now it's up to like the third party companies to hold the system up. I hope that, these sales that happen for Black Friday and all that stuff weren't just like, hey, we're trying to get rid of stock.
Yeah,
you know,
we're just
kind of
trying
thing.
to get rid of the hardware.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm hoping they're just trying to get people to buy more VR games so they can,
Yeah, because like in
actually
Ian's
finance
case,
more of them.
it sounds like it's enough to just have Gran Turismo. Yeah.
Yeah, it's as good as he's saying. It's really,
Yeah,
really
it's
amazing
like-
VR game. Yeah,
It's like that's the system seller, and yeah, it'd be nice to have a couple of other games, but if
Yeah.
that was all you got, you'd be happy.
I mean, I've played a lot of games. I mean, like the Moss
Yeah.
games, both of those. I bought the first one again so I could play through that, and the sequel is on there, so I played through Moss 2.
I was thinking about picking those up. I
Yeah.
have the first one on PSVR, but I think I'd rather just play them both
Oh, yeah.
in 5. Yeah.
It's worth it. Yeah, they're such great. I mean, you have more visual space in front of you. It's
Yeah.
you don't feel as boxed in as PSVR 1.
Are they
It's
ever
just,
gonna make
it's,
that
just,
thing?
it's just comfortable. It's
Yeah.
got little fans that kind of
Yeah,
Are they ever
actually
gonna make that thing PC compatible?
yes,
or
they
are
also made it. Yeah, so I
there's a
haven't tried
box you
that.
can buy for like $60.
Yeah, there's a little like adapter
but
box.
I don't think my PC is strong enough for VR. I don't.
Yeah.
I just
so.
think that might help with the lack of software problem. that-
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
it's gonna
absolutely.
help at all. I mean,
Right.
I think it's
Yeah.
just. I think they were thinking it was going to do really well, and then it didn't. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like it now. Now that I have one, I was like, I gotta kind of champion it because I know I was shitting on it a lot. But whatever.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
asking Jared, are there any games you're looking forward to, or anything that's in the pipeline?
I mean, there's a bunch of games for it. But I mean, I really got it for Gran Turismo 7, as crazy
I was-
as that is.
yeah.
I mean, that's really why I got it.
I feel like you'd be happy with Gran Turismo 7,
Like,
and that's
I love
enough
playing
for
Gran Turismo 7, and this is like, yeah. If I could, I mean, I'll probably slowly build out like a setup. I'll get a wheel and then like get a kind of a cage that kind of like, but it's
you. The other thing
Yeah.
is, they'll probably support it with Gran Turismo 8 as well.
oh
'cause,
probably
Gran Turismo's always been one of those games
Hopefully.
that supports like not oddball, but like whatever the PlayStation is doing at the time to push.
But I'd
Yeah,
be
it's
okay with them.
progressive.
I mean, it looks so. I mean, I'm okay with just playing this game for the rest of. I mean, I don't.
So
What else do I
Ian,
need?
it's crazy because now Ian with his VR headset actually has like a better screen than he has on his wall. I mean,
You
it
mean
has
it
higher
doesn't have lines
resolution
on
and
it?
HDR and all that stuff.
It might be HDR, but it's still just 1080. I mean, my TV's 1080p.
Oh, I thought they both eyes ran in like higher res than that.
Maybe,
Pretty
but
sure.
I think the eyes do, but I think ultimately the screen is. I don't think it's really that
Yeah.
much better.
Hmm. I think
I mean, you can look it
think
up.
both. Yeah, I think both eyes run it at like 4K.
I don't think it's a 4K. Is it? I don't think
Let's
it
see.
is.
Oh, it is. Okay. Oh, that's PSVR 1. PSVR 2.
You're going to play Resident Evil, Ian?
No.
Anything
2000
with-
by
anything with
2040 per
spiders?
eye.
Yeah, but what is the ultimate? Like the final?
Let's see. It has dual OLED panels with a 4K display resolution
All right.
and 90 hertz, 120 hertz refresh rate.
all right.
Jeez.
All right.
Each display has a resolution of 2000 by 2040 pixels and also supports HDR.
Okay. I stand
Yeah.
corrected. For some reason, I still thought it was just like a 1080.
The beast.
Uh-uh. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still gonna probably. I mean, I was telling Gabe the other day that I'm probably gonna end up buying my new TV this year. But
Nice.
anyway,
I mean, you've had
Yeah,
that
why
TV
not?
for a while.
Well, it's just
Well-
it's driving me more and more nuts, and I just.
I mean, right now is all the
Just wish
Super
it would
Bowl
die.
sales and all that stuff, right? So
yeah, but they're
Prime
just not
time
gonna.
to do
this
it.
is the
They're
best
not gonna have
time.
the one I want. It's always
Yeah,
gonna
of
be
course.
like the other one or the bigger one. It's like I kind of like thinking about going
FOMO.
smaller. Like
Yeah,
I think I'm at 55 right now. My old eight. I think I'm just gonna go to 48. Mount it on my wall. I don't know.
yeah.
I know if you went back like 15 years and told yourself that you'd have a 48-inch TV, you'd just be like, no,
But
that's never gonna happen.
It's just like this.
so-
This other one is like it takes. Like I have to like turn it on and then wait like 5-10 minutes for it to warm up.
Oh, jeez.
oops.
Oh man.
Yeah. Have you watched a movie in your bucket yet?
No, I don't think I'll do that. That's not something.
It's kind of fun. If anything, like a short film or something like that. It's kind of cool just to watch a movie in it. It's a pretty big ass screen.
Maybe do the. There's a bunch of YouTube 3 VR shit you can watch.
I don't think they work on
Oh, they don't?
PSVR 2. They didn't update the YouTube app to do VR on
Oh,
PS,
really?
PS5. Yeah.
It really
Unless
bugs me when
they
they do
did.
that.
Yeah, unless they changed that, but last I heard they didn't.
Well, they also like took out the 3D support, which is
Yeah.
kind of wild.
Yeah, you can't watch 3D movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Big loss.
seems like something they could just like patch in.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know.
You'd think.
All right, that's the bucket list because Jared and I are now bucket brothers. Yeah. So the last thing I had on here was kind of like just like future episodes and kind of like just kind of looking out for the what we're doing with this show. I feel like I've the past year or 2 or 3 done pretty poorly at like promoting it or giving a shit about it. We've just been doing it, and I feel like I want to scale back on some of my other shit and kind of refocus some energy back into the show and get us back to a place where this show was something that a lot of people watched or listened to at least. And so I'm going to start promoting it more. With that, I'm thinking about kind of rebranding it. Jimmy has said yes to coming up with a new theme song. I want to kind of probably the same theme, but like doing a rework of it. I'm also thinking about changing. Kinda. I'm thinking more like 80s rock. Couch co-op. I don't know. We'll see. It might still just be kind of the techno-y industrial thing. I don't know. It'll still be do 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 do, but I think it'll be a little more different, a little more layered. I don't know.
Cool.
Thinking about changing the logo. It'll still be the same concept, but like I don't know, updating it. I do want to
little
get
refresh.
new photos of all 5 of us at some point.
Yeah,
I mean-
all of us have more gray hairs and
Yeah,
stuff. So,
but
we
like
should
maybe
probably
some
get
more
those
kind
added
of
on
like
there.
less like just candid photos and some kind of more like conceptual photos where like us together as a like it looks like we're a rock band or we're on the couch or I don't know, something like a little more promotional and funny or edgy or something, less just random us at a show or at a place or just some different things. And maybe like, some solo photo. I don't know. I just want to kind of, and this is like off because like I think I don't remember what I said, but our 450th episode is a ways off still, but that's when I would think I'd launch the whole revival of the couch. But and then shows, ideas that are coming up. Obviously, Jared, Dave, and I were, the Saboteur. We can start playing that now whenever you guys want. It's like I think it takes about 12 hours, 10 to 12
Yeah,
hours to beat.
I'm a little apprehensive to dig out my Xbox 360, partly because I know the disk drives on them fail.
Oh, didn't you get it on PC? I know Jared did. I thought you got it on PC too.
I have 2 Xbox 360s,
Oh.
so I'm hoping I've got a 50% chance. at
Hoping
least.
one.
Well,
of
I
them
have a
works,
362, Dave, if you need it. So, but yeah, we should, and Nick and Aaron, if you want to like find the game, you don't have to, but if you guys want
Right.
to get on the Saboteur train, but we're gonna play through that and then do an episode on that. So that's probably not. I don't know. Whenever we beat it, probably end of February, March sometime. The other thing that I would like all of us to do, I did bring it up in the Discord. We got Suicide Squad for free on PS Plus. I only need you guys to play 2 hours of it. I mean, I would like you guys to play more of it
is
if
installed
possible.
on my system. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if it was a multiplayer. So
It is a multiplayer game. We can play
Download it.
together. It is a co-op.
They added an offline mode.
It's always been. I mean, it's always offline. It's been. You can play by yourself. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
I've already played like an hour and a half or so. You guys, or 2 hours. It's fine. You guys will be fine. You don't have to play with anybody else. But, even if you get through that whole first like tutorial main mission thing, it would just be fun if all of us have played it, and then we can either talk about what we think of it or talk shit about it or whatever. But I think it would be fun to talk about like this game horribly failed, and so it would be fun if all of us could kind of do that. So if you guys could just play,
Concord.
if you guys if you guys could play 2 hours of it and then let me know when you've hit the 2 hour mark, and then we'll make an episode of that. That would be fun. So I know it's a big ask, Nick. I know it's a game that
I know.
It's off all out.
It's comic book game. Comics are
I'm
fun.
ready to
It's
go.
rough.
That sounds fun. I wanted to play it when it first came out.
yeah. So just play a couple hours, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna try and beat it, but I would like to do an episode on it. So that's an episode I like to have come up, sometime in February. So just kind of chip away at it. Aaron has a couple hours at night. He just has to play through it, and then that one night he's done.
Right.
He's like, got 2 hours, he's done. And he might keep playing it
Right.
because he might like it. Who knows?
It's plausible.
It's possible.
Definitely possible.
Anyway, I just think Nick is the difficult one. Like I know he's got it for
Yep.
free. It's in the thing. I just need him to pull.
Don't forget to claim it.
Pull himself away from the
Yeah.
vault,
Mm-hmm. All the vaults.
or go
Gotta
into the
open that
vault,
vault door,
or go
put your
into the
foot
vault
outside.
and just lock the vault and play Suicide Squad for a couple hours. Anyway, so that's one thing. And then if you guys have ideas, I would like I know I come up with all of them because that's what I do. But if you guys have ideas, put them in the green door, and we'll make it happen.
How about the rest of you guys give Fallout 3 another shot?
I mean, we could try. We could do a challenge.
I mean, yeah. If
Yeah.
you want to present a challenge, that's up
Or
to you.
or if any of our
No,
Who has
I'm
it?
not
Does
gonna-
anyone still have it?
I have it on PC.
Oh, you have it on P. Oh, do I have it on PC? I don't know if I
You
have it on
probably
PC.
got it free like 3 times.
Probably.
If any of our listeners have PlayStation Network games that we've been giving away for free that we should play,
Yeah. What game should we play as a group?
Yeah.
Maybe not co-op, but just all together at
You
the
know
same
what?
time.
I acknowledge the Fallout 3 thing. If I'm gonna make Nick play Suicide Squad, I could give Fallout 3. How many hours do we have to
hours.
give it, Nick? As the Fallout 3 professional,
yeah. When does the pain
Since-
become pleasure?
how many hours do we have to put? 6? Is that what you said?
No, I wouldn't. That would be too much. I mean, 6 for me. I mean, that was just my
That was
first
just
time.
last night, motherfuckers.
Right? Fuck
No,
you
but
guys,
I mean,
bro.
I think that's a good challenge. I mean, those copies can't be that. I mean, I have a PS3. I mean, I imagine those copies are at some game store only like $4 or something. There's so many
Yeah,
of them.
There's a lot of them,
Mhm.
yeah.
Anyway, yeah. How many hours do
Yeah.
you think we should play of it? Would you say? I mean, 6 hours is fine. I mean, that's a lot for Aaron.
Yeah, I would just
Just be a
keep it
couple
at
nights, but
2.
2.
Just to see. Well, I really just wanted to see because it seemed like half hour, 45 minutes was
Oh, kind of the
Just
breaking
the
point.
intro.
Yeah, kind of.
That's-
If we could get past
Okay.
the hour mark, yeah.
right.
Yeah, I know. It passed the hour mark for me.
That's what it should be. The thing should be past the hour mark, and then the challenge is whoever gets the furthest past the hour mark. That would be that's a good thing.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, we'll have to
Well,
pick
okay, well,
what time of year to
When
do
all of
that.
us can lock down that. Yeah. We'll try that.
Yeah. I mean,
And-
I'm
Aaron, if
looking
you
on
need a
eBay.
360 or a PS3, let me know. You can borrow my 360 or something.
About $7 or $8
I
for
think
a
I have a
copy shipped.
360 actually, so
You have one still?
I think. Actually, I got one from my mom because her neighbor
Oh.
sold it to her, and my mom's like, "I don't know what to do with this. I'll give it to Aaron."
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see if it
so
works. Yeah.
Just look for.
It works.
We'll look
Has
for
a
a
connection,
cheap. We'll look
so-
for a cheap Fallout. You don't have to buy it. I'll find
Right,
it or
right.
whatever. But we'll find the copy for you anyway. Yeah. So when we all secure copies of the game, then we'll consider at what point we'll try this challenge.
It'd be nice to play the 360. It hasn't been touched in a while, so be good.
Cool.
All
All
right.
right. All right. Good one, Nick. That should be fun
Yeah.
and funny.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
Fun content. All right. Quickly, let's just run around the room and do some couch co-ops, optionals, and then we'll get out of here. Jared. Or Dave.
I got a couple because I haven't, recorded for a while, but I'll just rattle them
Right.
off. The season finale or series finale of The Dragon Prince, The Mystery of Alvaros was amazing.
Okay.
That's out
Okay.
on Netflix now. And also Castlevania Nocturne Season 2 just came out this week.
Cool.
And I've watched an episode so far. It's I'm enjoying that. So, yeah,
Cool.
more
right.
stuff.
Dave.
Black Doves on Netflix. It's gosh, Keira Knightley and Ben Withenshaw, and they're kind of
I've seen the trailer.
they're kind of assassins for hire. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's kind of fun, and Ellen and I watched it in 2 nights. It's 6 episodes, the 45 minutes each. It's like a lot of fun.
All right. Awesome. Nick to win.
Over on YouTube, there's this guy, Geography by Jeff. Watched a kind of a fascinating video about how Astoria had a shot at being like a major West Coast city.
I
but
watched
it
that
just-
one too, and it
Oh,
was
did
really awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Shot.
Okay.
Did not know that.
How it was going to be
And-
New York of the West Coast. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of an interesting
Like I said,
video,
giant
and
fire
there's
that
a
happened.
and then there's another video that I'm kind of looking forward to watching. It's why the U.S.-Canada border is so weird. So I'm
Huh.
sure there's, well, like Point Roberts is
Oh, sure.
like a pretty odd little thing. So I'm just looking to find out more stuff like that. So just kind of like looking through to see what other topics he's got.
It was a great short history of the Pacific Northwest as well, like
Mhm.
Seattle, Portland, and all the rest of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So Geography by Jeff.
Aaron, what you got?
I have a couple things myself, actually. So the first one is a while back, my nephew's birthday happened. I talked about it with Ian and Jared off air, but it was Sonic 3.
Yeah, baby.
It's out of, I think it's out of theaters now. But when it comes back on the streaming platform, or if you can get it on demand or whatever, just watch it. It's so much fun. Idris Elba does a great job as Knuckles. Keanu obviously kills it as Shadow, and Jim Carrey does a fantastic dual role as himself, not himself, but the Dr. Egg Robotnik and then Grandpa Robotnik. It's such a good job. Although I kind of wish I would have given a different person as the grandpa, but for continuity and silliness, kids movie. But it's really good. I highly recommend Sonic 3 for the kids. Anybody
And
who
the big
loves the
kids,
Sonic
I think is what he's
franchise.
saying.
Yes, yes.
For
No,
us
I
children.
enjoyed.
No, I like the first two. I'm waiting for the third one. I think it comes out actually for sale later this month, I think. So
Yeah. I
so
think you're
that
right,
means it's
and,
coming to Plex for me relatively soon, and I will
Okay.
be seeing it. So
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it actually. It had some funny parts in it. There's a lot of there's a good chunk of kid humor in there, but there's some stuff for adults. Yeah, okay, I get that now. That's pretty funny, but it's but mostly it's kid humor. But it's so good though, and also I like the fact that Knuckles is kind of a knucklehead, like a dum dum, and then of course you got brooding Shadow, which it's Keanu, so and Sonic's kind of a moron, which I'm like, all right,
Oh, he's
That's
like a
funny.
dopey child.
Yeah.
Yes, a dopey. Yeah, but it's good though. I enjoy it the whole way through. I need to go. I need to watch 2. I've seen 1. I need to see 2.
You haven't seen 2?
I
It's
need
on
to-
Paramount Plus if you have Paramount Plus. Maybe.
I don't. But I'm pretty sure I could find it on like YouTube or something.
Yeah.
Not YouTube, but somewhere else. But
Yeah, two's good.
that's what I heard. But then my other thing is, so we were using YouTube TV. It went up. So my mother-in-law said, "Screw it, we're canceling it because it's like almost $100." So we found Pluto TV, and I tell you, I actually like that free TV thing. It's kind of nice. But I found the Anthony Bourdain network on there. Other stuff. I'm like, I've never been so inspired to cook after watching that.
Pluto
show.
TV. Whose
It's-
is that? That's what companies is
I
that?
don't know, but
It's-
I've watched Pluto and I've watched Tubi, which has adverts, but
Tubi's is Fox now.
Tubi has a really good selection of shows that I've not seen on any of the, it's not
Tubi's
like on
a great one. In
Apple.
fact, they have my film,
Yeah.
The Exploding Boy, on it.
Yeah.
Aaron,
nice.
since
Oh.
have you seen my movie yet, Aaron?
I didn't know it was on there.
It's
I
on
thought I saw
Tubi. You can see it for free
yeah,
on Tubi.
Okay. Okay.
What was it
Download
called
the
again,
app.
Ian?
The Exploding
I
Boy.
think I downloaded it.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you can watch it for free with
Okay.
ads on Tubi. Anyway.
Okay.
Are there
yeah.
any more film festivals where anyone could go?
And that
see
is a great name for a
Extreme?
network for Ian's channel or Ian's movie
Tubi?
to be on.
Tubi?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tubi the Exploding Boy. I get it.
To be or not to be?
Tubi or not Tubi. You can also go to Here TV as well, which is a
Okay.
Here's the thing that's wild, and this is not my thing that I'm sharing my couch co-optional, but somehow this thing called Here TV, which is a website, here.tv, you can go to, and they got our film, and then so Monty let me know that like, hey, they're going to start doing ads. So they've just been pushing they've been promoting our film on their fucking platform for the
Okay.
the last month.
Heck yeah.
So like
Wow.
this trailer I've been sharing on Facebook, like of Here TV, it has like some like over 30,000 views on it. It's wild.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Anyway, if you just click the ad, it goes directly to the movie and you can just watch it free on the internet.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Okay.
anyway, Tubi is probably the better
That's-
place to see it. But you know what's also wild? It's
Right.
also on Apple TV. It's on Amazon Prime. It's like it's everywhere. Like my
Everywhere.
movie.
It's also available on Blu-ray and DVD.
It blew up.
Yeah, it's
I
on
have
Blu-ray
a
and DVD.
physical copy.
If you go to TLA.com, you can buy it on. Well, you know what's also better about that place is that you can buy the digital version of the actual 4K version of the film because it was shot in 4K, but there's no actual 4K Blu-ray. It's just like a HD Blu-ray. But if you actually
Right,
want
right.
the 4K UHD version of the film, TLA does sell the digital copy of that movie. So I would just give you warning that TLA is a LGBTQ distributor, but they do cinema and they also do pornography. So you got to be
Okay.
careful when you go to TLA.com to not click the pornography. Unless you're into that, that's fine. But like just be FYI. Just want to make sure that you don't go into
Right.
the porno gateway and just go to the cinema gateway.
Right.
That's my
And
only.
if you're offended, just think that's not for me, and
Yeah,
click the back
and go
button.
away.
Yeah, and
Don't-
then move along.
Don't
yeah.
come back to me and say "fuck you." God's gonna burn you
Right.
at the stake. Like, suck a
Oh,
dick.
Right.
Literally
It's
suck
like-
a dick, and then I'll
That's
come and
not for me,
videotape
but
it,
no.
and I'll sell it to TLA and make a lot of money off your fucking dumbass. Anyway,
Right. There you go.
yes, 100%, Dave. Just hey, if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yes.
Just let it go.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't know
move
what
on.
happened to the old internet where it's like if you clicked on something and it was something you didn't like, you just went,
You
Just
back
fucking
out.
oh my
offended.
goodness, I don't like that.
Just
and
scroll
you
back.
just you,
There's a back
like,
button,
you
guys.
Move along.
closed it down or backed out.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And when
Buttons. Anyway.
I mean, when I'm clicking and Dave sends me things and it's fucking Tub
When I'm
Girl,
sending
I'm
you
just
to
like,
Tub Girl,
I'm
yeah.
just like, okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
back out of this, you know.
Bye bye.
I don't think I've ever sent Erin to Tub Girl.
You know what I
Yeah, I
actually
think I
did is
saw
like
it
I
at
went to
the
Tub
bachelor
Girl,
party.
saved it
It doesn't
as a
exist anymore,
desktop
does it?
wallpaper
Oh.
on Matt's computer, I believe. Isn't that what we did?
Oh yes, you did.
Yeah,
that
sounds
was
right.
awesome.
Flooded over to everybody's TV. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
That was Jared's bachelor party, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
because we
I
were
seen it.
playing
I seen
Unreal.
Temporal.
Anyway,
I know
let's,
Temporal.
It was
Something you
whether
don't
that was
unsee.
worse than
Listen.
Goatsy or not. You know,
I mean,
that's the-
a dude's asshole and balls is not as bad as a fucking girl diarrheaing all over herself, dude. There's like that's two
Mhm.
different.
there's something very poetic though about the fountain that comes up.
Poetic, Jared.
Yeah.
Poetic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Ugh.
I
The
thought
funny
about.
thing is, those that have
Hickory-
seen it can totally imagine what I'm talking about.
Dave's written a poem, in fact, about said photo. Anyway,
Eh.
I apologize, everybody.
Yes.
My actual couch co-optionals that I've got to. The first one is a documentary on Netflix, Norm's Rare Guitars documentary. I really this is a wild. I thought it was just like it'd be a very basic bitch documentary about this guy who has a lot of guitars. And no, this is like a Hollywood guitar store. It has not only does it
I've
have
come across Norm's guitars, and I
Uh,
know that they have
lots of
great
guitars.
stuff. Yeah,
lots of celebrities, lots of cool social networking stuff that they do for young bands, but then you learn about just the actual amount of guitar he has. Like it's like the warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. He has
Dang.
so many guitars, it is wild. And then all the good shit he's done for his community. He's just like such a cool dude. Like maybe someday we'll make it down there, Dave. It would be awesome to go there.
yeah. I mean, I've seen that store, and
It's
my
wild.
understanding was always that it's like one of those stores that if you're looking for your dream guitar, like you want a particular 1965 Fender Stratocaster in
Mhm.
Dayglow pink or whatever it is, like that is on your list to call. You know, so
He's got like the guitars up front, and then occasionally he'll let you in the back room. But then
yeah,
he is such a guitar collector that he has so many more guitars in the vault it's wild. It's Dave, you'd really enjoy it because it's just a wild.
I just stuck it on my list because
yeah,
I didn't
it's a-
realize there was even a documentary
Yeah.
about that. Because I've seen because he started the YouTube channel probably 5-10
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago now,
and some of it's like
and
super
I've, wa-
popular.
I've
yeah.
watched quite a few because he has musicians come in, and like
Yeah,
play
they
some of
go they
these
go into
guitars.
that whole thing. Like there's one like artist like artists that have broke through because of that was where they played, and got a shit ton of views and went viral. And anyway, it's a cool. I thought it was just going to be kind of like a basic bitch documentary, but it was way better done than I thought it was going to be, and it had a lot of stuff that I was just like, oh, that's really informative, that's really cool. And so yeah, I would recommend it, especially to musician guys. It's a pretty cool documentary. The second thing is another cartoon thing that I've watched recently. Dude, like I know comic book shit is what it is, but like Creature Commandos is such a good cartoon. James Gunn's animated Creature Commandos, basically the beginning of his. This is like technically the actual beginning of his like DC cinematic universe, but it's so sexy, it's so violent, it's so well told and fun to watch. I know nothing about the characters. I knew nothing. I mean, as a comic guy, I know nothing about these characters, but I really liked all the characters. They were really fun, and it was a simple binge. It was like 6 episodes. I binged it in one night one like kind of afternoon to night, just like I was going through a whole bunch of old video game shit, just like kind of cleaning it up and cleaning up some chords and stuff. And it's like I watched this whole thing. It's like, oh, this is a great cartoon. And I wasn't sure I was gonna watch it to begin with, and then I just said, fuck it, I'll watch it, and then sucked me in and really liked it. So Creature Commandos and Norm's Rare Guitars. All right,
There you go. Yay.
let's get out of here. Nick's got to go to bed.
Mhm.
And the rest of us, I don't know what we're doing. Hey guys, this is the Couch Co-op. You can find all our podcasts on all the platforms. YouTube, also youtube.com/milkmanpictures. But if you want to get on a podcast form, iTunes, Spotify, Audible. We do talk video games. We would love to hear from you. We're gonna try and reclaim your love and get you guys back. So, I want to get us back at least to 100 constant listeners again. Hopefully more.
That's nice.
But yeah, I want to thank Jared, Dave, Nick, and Aaron for joining me here on the couch. Love you guys. For Couch Co-op, I'm Ian, reminding you to please be excellent to each other. Wild stallions.
Couch Co-op is full of douchebags. Couch Co-op.